Yo, it's fucking Tuesday night, and you know what that means, baby. It's fucking Knucklehead Comics in the building. I don't want to hear shit. What's going on, guys? We got Cap at Law, and we got Laid the Punish in the building. What's going on, guys?
Chilling. Anticipation. We're chilling for the most part.
I hear that, brother. I hear that. It's fucking Tuesday every way we look. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Everywhere we fucking look. But it's all
On
good,
the
though.
other hand, I'm in a massive amount of pain. I had to get a flu shot and blood drawn, so needles poking me all day. I'm damn near incapacitated.
Word.
Now, the real Cap, felt like
Word.
after all that.
You know what?
Good. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if I wake up tomorrow 6'6" and ripped, fine. I'm fine with it.
Sure. Yeah, it's funny.
Maybe
because in the movie they make it seem like it was one dose and like it real fast. That's not what happened. Absolutely not. It took a minute. It was a process. You know what I mean? Like, oh, whatever. No. It was a lot of trial and error, bro.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, if I wake up 6'6" and ripped, first thing I'm gonna do is go out and fondue.
Word.
You guys, dude, that's just bread and cheese, man. I know you feel like shit, but that's just bread and cheese, dude. You're buying too much into it right now.
you fondue, huh? Is that what the fuck you doing? I'm over here saving the world. You're fondueing, you fucking whore.
Listen, I focus on my work and that's keeping you alive. Okay. So anyway, I'm sorry.
Word. Tony didn't focus on shit. Tony would have fondued.
Tony Carter.
Oh yeah.
Then again, I don't think Carter would have fell for this shit. She doesn't strike me as that kind of, she strikes me like kind of toxic, kind of like in the movies, not in the comics. She got down with damn near everybody almost.
Word.
I mean, that's the same thing. She can still break that in the middle.
But you know, the sun's going down mighty slow, big guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, before we rewrite She-Hulk, I want to give it a couple. I want to give it some time because I want us to go through all like 9 episodes. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to take some time. But question of the day has to be: I know we all seen Black Adam.
Yes,
what did we think of Black Adam?
It's exactly what I thought. I'm not gonna lie, like I literally got there and I almost Fast and Furious the shit out of this movie. Like I paid attention to certain cues and like was talking about the doctor that did things to her. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, spoilers a little bit older. We've got to say that spoilers. If you haven't seen it, and like I said, I go to the YouTube brothers. You guys been for a week. Fuck yourselves. It's been out for a minute. It's been on that boat. Like I got the comic cues, but it's exactly what I expect. I appreciated the fact Rock didn't have like out of lines. He had like almost an Arnold script, The story was direct to everybody else, not necessarily him,
Yeah.
And I felt like Pierce Brosnan should have been in there way more. I felt like he was literally the best part of the movie. I'm not gonna, I'm saying, like I've read it before, Kent Nelson, and I can definitely see that, like Pierce Brosnan playing a younger version of him, and then into that point, you can see how he got to that point. And the dude played Hawkeye. I think he did a better job than anybody else. Hawkman. I apologize. I've seen him play him. That's limited. But I like the actor, so it didn't matter. And I feel like him and King of Nerf a lot. Him and Dr. Fate. Dr. Fate was Nerf. Because Dr. Fate literally ended all of those conflicts with like a cell and game. You know what I'm saying? He said, I am the Lord of Order. I was like, yeah, dude, you got this. It should be pretty quick just by yourself. I like Adam Smasher was definitely the Tom Holland of that movie. Definitely the Spider-Man. You know, I like the kid. He seemed like he was just happy to be there. You know what I'm saying, like, hey, sign me up. I'm in. And Cylon they made her power look useless, but at least she was a genius.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do agree with that.
Yeah, I'm like, honestly, Adam Smasher had him down for a minute. Hawkman was literally always interacting with him, and then Dr. Fate was, fusions and everything. And what exactly did Cyclone do? Put bars around the guy that's literally lightning. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, I went there to see Black Adam fucked up the society of America. That's what I. He kept handing the ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I like they kind of remade the story in a way. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't necessarily that he killed the when that he killed his nephew for the power, and his son gave it to him, and ultimately, I think that was cool. That's a good way for the Rock to look like a good guy. But for him, anybody that was a bad guy, he did not let live. I respect that. He killed everybody. So
yeah.
And
He put
you and me. You and me.
Every time Cap saw that part, he was like, "Yo, I just think I lay."
Yeah. You eventually. Oh, but also good that they had that little Adam Smasher, Black Adam thing going. You know, because if you read the comics, you know they have like first it was a hate thing, then respect each other. He was like, "Yeah, don't push it." All right, my bad. Sorry, I apologize. But yeah, no, like I said, almost Fast and the Furious-ish. You know, it was cool. You know, like honestly, amongst the DC movies, I'm not gonna put it Wonder Woman. I'm not gonna put it with Shazam. I'm not gonna put it with anything like that, or even the 17-hour Snyder cut. But it's like it felt like Ant-Man, but with some importance to it around it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cap.
My review is Thor: Love and Thunder. The remake was awesome this time around. Leia is absolutely Hawkman, 100%. The best part of this movie is I like the fact that they went out of their way to turn around and go, no. To us, he's the hero. You guys are the fucking idiots. And every step of the way, it made it harder and harder to like the Justice Society of America. And you were on Black Adam's side. But he still wasn't like, he still had a little bit of the, well, let me, let's go through this journey first.
Yeah.
The ending I don't quite get, where he was like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna give him my power. Then the son was like, no, go back. So he went back, and now all of a sudden he's like, well, now I'm gonna kick everybody's ass. Like, okay, I don't know. Amanda Waller can't really threaten you with anything. I mean, we all know who showed up, but
yeah.
He went straight from, I kill everybody. You know what? You guys are right. I don't deserve the power. You need my help? Fuck it, I'm killing everybody again. Like what? he immediately unlearned what he was supposed to have learned.
All Rocky, baby. I was about to say that's my reference because then Dr. Fate was like, "Get up, you son of a bitch! They're making loves yet." I was like, "Rocky did it for the rest. They did this, didn't they?" Okay.
One thing I will point out though is, all right, forget the Rock not even trying to do a fucking accent, which is stupid. Everybody else in the goddamn movie tried.
Just throwing it out there, I call that a mile away.
But
even when he spoke, it was terrible.
Yeah. The one thing that did get me, and you can call it a nitpick or whatever, it's the man was been asleep for 5,000 years. Woke up in a kid's room. How does he know English? How does he know what a lunchbox is? How did like without that thing of him learning what it is? Because one of the gods gives him wisdom, right? But clearly we see Shazam doesn't know wisdom of shit. He don't know nothing.
That's crazy.
But
Yeah, I remember
Black
that.
Adam's yeah. Black Adam's wisdom should only come from his age, from 5,000 years ago. Because I don't know about you, but unless he had some shit playing in his ear teaching him everything, you ain't learning shit. You've been away for 5,000 years.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So just had they had done something, or like Dr. Fate, like he had just woke up and only spoke that language, which I don't know if it's Egyptian or if they made up one of the things, but if he only spoke that language and then Dr. Faith changed it so he can understand us and we can understand him, then I could see, all right, he didn't have an accent because Fate didn't put an accent with it. And then I'd have been like, all right, that's cool.
Yeah.
Another weird thing is the Terminator 2 aspect of it. It's like, yo, you need a catchphrase, and I'll, it was like you were teaching him to be a TikTok hero.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I was looking and I was like, and I appreciated his, the one thing I didn't appreciate about him is after walking through walls. You know what I'm saying? He acknowledged that there were doors, but he just kept going through walls.
Yeah.
That's one thing that kind of took me out the movie. Because I was like, dude, if you acknowledge what a door is or a doorway is, what the, like, why bother? Knock the whole fucking building down.
He practically did.
I appreciate that because it would, to me, with that much power, it would make perfect sense because he's that much power when he's that arrogant. Which a lot of people didn't know speak about his arrogance. He straight up on some, oh, yeah, I can none of that with me. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Hawkman probably give you a little bit of run for your money, but not that bad. I smash your hand. Unless I miss something, nope. The only person that really should have given you all kinds of problems, he just stopped you. You know what I'm saying? He should have been some, that's it. With this shit. Or like I'm the comic, would take over and I'm done with this shit. You want to be nice? I don't want to be nice anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They kind of, when you brought up that they nerfed Dr. Fate, it kind of made it seem like they didn't put Dr. Fate in the movie. They put Dr. What's the Future in the movie. Just show me what the future is, and we'll go from there. I'm done. You can.
All right. I was waiting for the scene. Shit. Well, I liked it. Like I said, it's not without its flaws. The kid was annoying as shit, but it wasn't like the kid was so present in the movie that he could take over the whole shit. But I like the fact that The Rock, even though he didn't give us an accent, it wasn't Hobbs who's watching. It wasn't The Rock from fucking WWE. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was his version of Black Adam. Like, this was the closest we'll get to a separate character from anything else he played. You know what I'm saying? Like,
with a smaller script, it gave you that feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it was a simple, small script. Like, the longest thing he did was explain what happened with his son.
Yep. And he didn't even give that, like, that skull or nothing. Like, the looks that he had was of regret and anger. And it was almost like faster type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't have that whole, like, nothing, like, the shit he did was funny, but nothing about him was funny. Like, he didn't come out just trying to be like the fucking Jumanji character from that movie with Kevin Hart and nothing. Like, he left the comedy to the situation.
Mm-hmm.
My man was like, I waited until you got there to drop him. I knew you was gonna save him. I didn't kill anybody. Like, to me, I was the only one that chuckled during that. It's like, okay, I get it. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But I do like the fact that they did that little twist, because in my head, I was like, there's no fucking way that this little kid is gonna be the Rock after we just saw the Rock's. And I'm like, all right, so when is he gonna take this power from the kid? But the kid disappeared, so it's not like he can step in front of the kid and take the power like he did in the comic, like they mentioned. So I'm like, okay. And then the kid gave him the power. So I'm like, all right, the kid gave him the power, which makes sense. So you don't want your father to die. But a part of me was also like, well, didn't Shazam give his family powers and he still got the Shazam power? So I don't know how the kid gave him all of his powers. But I was like, okay, I get it. But I'm not going to lie. Shazam comes, or Black Adam comes, you kill this kid, you kill his wife, everyone's getting dead. Everyone's finding the exit to death. You know what I'm saying? And he literally killed everybody.
Yeah, I think the difference comes where Black Adam's son just was a one-on-one, I'm transferring you my power. Where Shazam, if I believe in the movie, he brought them all to the temple.
Yeah,
And in the temple, they all said, like Power Rangers, they all went, and then they all...
Well, yeah, they got individual powers.
Yeah.
Once mastered off, so you can tell already.
Yeah. But you know, the one thing I don't like, not about just this movie, but about a lot of the movies that are being made in this genre, is the pacing. It always feels fast. It's either it feels fast and you don't say enough, or it's so goddamn long. Like, yo, we didn't need the 45-minute fucking bathroom scene. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's because it's like, yo, you know, nothing takes time. That he wakes up. The kid explains some shit to him. Then he goes, "Hasta la vista, baby," and goes down the stairs. And they have a conversation. And then they keep going. And it's like, all right, I wish you would have showed a little bit more of the connection between the kid and Black Adam. Because I know we automatically assume Black Adam saw this kid as his son and he was going to protect the kid. Because like he didn't protect the son. I get it. But I would have loved to at least felt that connection a little bit more. I hate that this fucking kid... Yo, you want to talk about what's that shit where the women are the heroes? You know, the shit that people say the women are the heroes.
Heroin?
You know that bullshit that people like. Oh, she's a Mary Sue. Or what is that?
Oh yeah, Mary Sue. Yeah.
What, are we gonna need a name for these kids? Because I'm tired of this fucking kid being the only one that got the balls to fight zombies, and everybody else is sitting there like, oh, we're hiding. Like, the brother and the mom was gonna beat. Well, the mom was ready to beat the shit out of Black Adam and Hawkman. You know what I'm saying? She's like, you're gonna save my son. I don't give a shit what's going on with y'all two. Which I love that. Because I was like, that's a real mother right there for you. I don't give a shit who y'all motherfuckers think you are. My son's over there. You know what I'm saying? But like, honestly, like, you're telling me that this little fucking kid, you know, is gonna inspire everybody? Have you ever seen a kid that inspires people?
Yeah.
You know,
pretty sure Jay-Z and his company should sue because of The Rock.
Word. Yeah,
I was like, I'm sorry, did I miss where this is a Jay-Z movie? Where's he coming out from?
I was thinking Diamond Dallas Page.
Yeah, right.
I saw this. If I would have seen this, that's DDP.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Because he has that album where he's like this.
Yeah.
So I saw that. I wonder if Jay-Z part of the production.
Oh yeah. Shit. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
I kind of said it, and everybody was like, I was like, oh, okay. I want to see that.
No, yeah. But
go ahead. Finish.
No, but the thing, like Hawkman and Dr. Fate, that little dynamic, I think that would have been cool. I think it would have been cool to expand on that. Like, we're getting fucking Atom Smasher and the Color Run chick, fucking hitting on each other. Yeah, she looks like the Color Run commercial. Yeah, and I'm like, I'm not mad at any of them, but I'm thinking like, why do I need to see them hit on each other when absolutely nothing is coming of this? and not see the actual friendship between Hawkman and Dr. Fate. That could have been like a Bucky Sam Wilson fucking
Absolutely.
scene there, because it would have made more sense when Hawkman is like, no, then he's hitting the shield, he's trying his hardest to save his fucking friend. It's like it's all implied, but nothing is shown.
Yeah.
And I think even though I like the part where he picked up the helmet and did the magic trick, two, I was like, well, one thing, I don't think that's what happens in the comic. I don't think that fucking helmet allows anybody to just use magic.
You have to film it on. The problem is, once you do, that rule never lets go of you. Most of the time, like there's a Young Justice episode where Aqualad puts it on, right?
Yeah.
Sudden, he's like, yo, we gotta let the dude go. Satanic father, let it go, and I'll put it on. You know, I already know magic, so it makes sense, right? And Abu was like, this good, I'll take that. You know what I mean? But the thing is, Abu is known really prick and keeping whoever put the hell with him, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. That's why he said, I'm gonna hold the here to do it, because I know this dude. He doesn't let people go. You get, like, Hawkman implied that by going, I learned this trick by holding the helmet. That's why
I would have loved to have seen that. And like I said, these are the things I saw that was a problem, but I did like the action. I liked the way the movie went. I liked how it wasn't like so many plot holes where it's like, all right, this is a new area, this is a new city. They already explained why no one's coming. Like they're like, yo, for 28 years we've been ruled under tyranny and none of y'all motherfuckers came. Now all of a sudden we got our champion. You motherfuckers want to bullshit us? Like, you want to fuck with us now? Go back home. We got this. We don't need a hero. We got one.
If I'm Hawk, I would take his house in New Orleans. He clearly has something coming out the yin yang. He's coming out way better than the Black Hawk coming out.
Yep.
It looked way cooler.
Yo, when that scene came up, I turned to Toe. I was like, yo, are we in New Orleans or are we in upstate Yonkers, bro?
That's what, yo. That's all I said to Chester, right? This is school for the gifted, right? Meanwhile, one dude lives there by himself.
Yeah.
The ego on this break. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely, I didn't like the fact that he associated with Amanda Waller, because Just like America wouldn't. But I understood the relationship. I understood, how that worked, how for the plot device of the movie, how that works. You know what I mean? And I'm with Cap. Amanda Waller poses absolutely no threat.
Yeah.
And Amanda Waller should pose all the threat, because that's what she does. Until it comes to Batman and Batman.
Yo, but one thing I didn't understand was, if you got Superman on speed dial, fuck you need the Suicide Squad for? Fuck you need this Justice Society X over here?
Well, the thing is, there's things Superman isn't comfortable with doing. There's things the Suicide Squad has to do. They have to do it, because if not, they'll die.
No, I get it, but I'm like, yo, if I know Superman even a little bit, Waller goes, I need you to go over there and make sure this guy's in check. And he go, I think Superman would answer, why? I don't see a threat so far.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's the way she sold it.
He didn't blow up.
Amanda Waller's the master manipulator, bro.
He beat a fucking demon up. He beat a demon up. I heard the whole thing. He beat a demon up to save the child. He's eating Burger King. Fuck, I need to go over there for. Mm-hmm. And not for nothing, if I was The Rock, or if I was Black Adam, we need to talk. The fuck are you? Wow, we don't need to talk. This bitch just threatened me. You're the one. You're the champion. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you came to my hood. You came to my hood with this shit.
Yeah.
No. You know what I'm saying? You came to my hood.
You can't start the beef like.
Yeah.
That's
real.
You told me I need to stay here, right where I'm from. I'm already here. So now you're coming to what you told me to stay. So
yeah,
when you come in, trash spot. Like, yo,
word.
Your hands.
And I get that The Rock wants to face Henry Cavill in the movie, but not for nothing.
The Rock with that. I love the fact that he did that.
But not for nothing. He should be going after fucking Shazam.
Well, I don't think he knows about Shazam. I don't think he has knowledge of him right now. You know, because nobody's mentioned it to him. Like, it would have been something if Dr. Fate would have said, you know, there is another one with the power just like yours already. And he goes, who?
Yeah.
And that's where he goes, who? Who else has powers like me?
No, but here's the thing though. What Amanda Waller, right? The first end credit scene, Amanda Waller threatens him. No one comes. She just says, "I got beans that could destroy you." The wisdom god or whatever the fuck of the Rock. The next scene after all the credits, he's looking up. He sees Shazam's logo. He goes, "Oh, someone has my powers, or this wannabe thinks he's me," because Captain Marvel is the Greek gods. Shazam is the Egyptian gods. All the gods spell the same name. They pretty much got the same fucking powers. Just one's Egyptian, the other one's Greek. He you know, and if this is the wizards, he knows about that shit. He's like, oh, I know, you know, it's like one of those scenes, like instantly he sees it, like, nah, this nigga's gonna come for me eventually. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get it. It's funny, and it's gonna, if they do it right, and I've said it before on this podcast, they have the it's a cartoon. It's short. It's really quick, right? But it's literally a Superman All-Stars, Shazam and Superman versus Black Adam, and Black Adam is handing all kinds of ass. He even with the ball, he goes, "It's some magic." You know, he has an accent, and you know who does his voice? Like I said before, dude from Deuce Bigelow. They got it in the money. Could have done a voice over. I'm just saying. If you can't, if you don't have the DC to get a dialect coach, and at least have that dude voice you over, bro. You could have done that. We see the face, bro. We don't need to know it's you. You know what I'm saying? But in that short, if anybody gets a chance to see it out there, you haven't seen it, watch it. It's a great. You know, the thing is not even that long, but it's like the fight goes from around the world, and then they wind back where Billy Batson's from. I would forget the name of the city that he's from.
I think it's
Bay City. Is it Bay?
They might have actually changed it to what the original comics publisher was. So that's it.
I remember in that one, I think it was like Bay something.
Yeah.
The point is, right? But another sidetrack. I'm gonna come back to it. I think I did like about it is that it took place all in Canada. Place there, you know, where they dropped them off from the water. But for the most part, it was like, this is all about Black Adam and where he's from. You know, but like I said before, if you are able to listen, you give me a 20-minute fight with Superman, Shazam, and Black Adam, I'm with it. And just make sure the dude who plays Shazam works out with The Rock.
You don't like the bodysuit?
There's two guys that wear muscles. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I remember when I thought Henry Cavill was wearing a muscle suit, then I saw the scene where he comes out, you know, with the beard, and I was like, "Oh, it's wrong. You just got jacked."
Yeah.
My bad. You deserve all the props, brother. I apologize. So Zachary Levi, is that his name?
Zachary Levi, yeah.
Levi. That's what
Same.
Yeah, definitely. Start. Yo, the Iron Paradise. I'm pretty sure the Iron Paradise will be open to you, bro. And he's really like a tall dude anyway. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Oh, so in the DCEU, they just put him in Philadelphia.
It's on Philly. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
In the movie.
So I would have called it the armpit of American.
So, two things real quick. One, because we're talking about a Rock movie, his daughter just debuted in the Schism on NXT.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Cool. Oh, cool. Yeah.
Nice.
And two, how was the reception for the end credit scene in your theater? Because in our theater, the crowd went silent.
Yeah,
it was funny.
Like not even Joe reacted.
Yeah. There was a bunch of kids there. Little man with us loved to see Henry Cavill. They were like, "Oh, it's Superman!" And one kid goes, "It's Henry Cavill." I'm saying, like, okay, but every adult was like, "Yo, but the Rock." One dude, you heard him say it out loud. The Rock fucked it up for us.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just happy to have Henry back. I smiled when I saw him. I'm like, cool. I mean, for adults, they were like, "Bro, need this already." Had you shut the fuck up, it would have been dope.
No, seriously,
You know
yeah.
what I'm
I read a report that that The Rock like on purpose fucking spoiled it to make sure ticket sales were a little bit higher.
My man, yo, like you said before, I'm going with Cat. Trust the audience to word of mouth it. People like, yo, listen, yo, you got to stay for the mid credit scene, bro, and the end credit, but you got to stay for the mid credit scene. Why? Just stay. You know, just stay. And all of a sudden, people like, you pass it on. The Thanos thing happened. So,
yeah.
You'll see it, you know, except for that one dude in the theater. Was that the thing? Motherfucker just said that was the thing? First time you see Thanos was like
with the nutsack chin. Yeah, the thing's purple. You didn't know that, Lay, in the MCU? They made him purple.
You made him purple? Grimace all of a sudden? But yeah, anyway. Yeah.
Before we move on, there's other big news. Henry Cavill is officially back, which he made the announcement himself, not just for the one scene, but officially Superman again.
Sure.
And James Gunn and Peter Safran are now in charge of the DCEU.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so James Gunn is in charge of the television department, like Peacemaker and stuff that shows that do like that. And Peter Safran is in charge of the movies. So now they have the Kevin Feige. They even have a Kevin Feige for the TV. Like I've been pushing for years for the Marvel Knights, but whatever. You fuck yourself, whatever. Yeah. But the point is, they have the two guys now. They have the two guys now. So
maybe they'll make a Marvel Knights show just to piss off people that like to dance in the daytime.
This is true.
Yeah.
It's true. Maybe we'll get Matt Murdock back in the dark.
Oh yeah.
I'll say this much: if they can in Born Again, if they can just give me one scene where him in his original costume from season 1, the hallway costume, I'm fine. I don't need it, but I would love to see it. You know what I'm saying? Just saying.
No, I hear you. Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, speaking of James Gunn, also the trailer to the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special also came out.
Apparently, so did the Ant-Man trailer.
The Ant-Man one is, I'll tell you this much right now, and we spoke about it on our podcast. We spoke about it in our group. Ken, man, he looks legit, bro. Like somebody said, "Oh, look, it's a comic book. Let's make him just like that." Somebody paid attention somewhere.
Nice.
I'm with it, man. And according and Kaz is correct, he does seem very menacing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Although he was way more menacing in the trailer they showed at Comic-Con.
Okay.
Because there's a. So did you see the Ant-Man trailer?
I didn't see nothing.
Mute it real quick.
So listen. Here's the problem, right? Everybody wants Thanos again, right? No, you need something different.
Yeah, you need to
elevate.
You don't
need a Thanos. No, you need a different threat that brings different problems. So that way you bring in different heroes. You know?
Yeah, but so the thing is, in this trailer, you see him say, "Hey, I'm trying to get out of here. I got something you want. You got something I want. Let's work together, Ant-Man." In the Comic-Con one, that scene, the dialogue at the end is different, where he's like, "Oh, I've killed the Avengers countless times. Which one are you again?"
Yeah.
Like that seems way more menacing than what we got here. It's not a bad trailer.
I mean,
but compared to the one that came out of Comic-Con, this is a little bit lighter.
Yeah. Maybe somewhere down the line. Even I mean, for an Ant-Man trailer, this was a serious one. Like it started off like every typical Ant-Man trailer you've ever seen, but then all of a sudden it got darker slowly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, so it's just not another Ant-Man movie. That's what we're doing. But I feel like with that line, it could be. You could do that for the Kang Dynasty thing. But I've killed you all countless times. Who are you again?
Yeah.
And it's somebody like Kate Bishop, you know what I mean? Or somebody like that. You're like, who are you again? Like when Tony said he goes like that, never trust a Stark. Who are you again? He's that man, he don't know you. I mean, he knows Hawkeye, he don't know you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I like the trailer because, like I said, it took that shift. It started to appear bubbly and light, and then it just said, nope, nope, nope. So we're not going to be excited. But nobody's going to think it's lighthearted anymore.
Yeah. I had not had prior knowledge to the Comic-Con one, then I would be right there with you. Be like, yo, this shit looks like with Black Panther and now Ant-Man, it seems to be trending back up in the right direction now.
It's funny, Gabs led the charge, but we spoke about it. Like, yo, give me some more soldier. Give me some more Civil War. By the way, both American movies, you haven't noticed that. Throw that out there. Give me more. Listen, you had your fun, right? Thor, Love and Thunder. Thor, Love and Thunder. I'm saying it, Thor, Love and Thunder. You had your fun. It was cute. That's over. All right?
Yeah.
Now it's time to get down to the gritty. This dude is supposed to be as dangerous as Thanos. That's where we need to go. And we need to do it fast. You know what I mean? But
yeah. This guy, I would argue that this dude is even more dangerous than Thanos. Because Thanos needed the time stone. This dude is the time stone.
Hey, there you go. Yeah.
And
I mean, no. You were saying, oh, go ahead.
No, and there's multiples of him. So
that's
you might not even, you might be getting through one of them, and then 4 more show up. Not just one from like 2018.
The Council of Kang, as we at Capsule lovely put it before, you know, and it's like, all right, one is a problem. What do you do with 7 more?
Yeah.
And you killed the nicest one. He told you, like, yo, I'm really the kindest one. Like, yo, deal with me and you'll be all right. The other dudes, they just get worse. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Like, and funny thing is, I was telling you guys that, you know, this dude is playing all the villains now, Jonathan Majors. I mean, he did the Creed movie, and I was like, yo, if he's anywhere near what he was in that one, because I was like, shit, I know he can't fight to save his life, but I'm afraid of him right now.
Dude, I thought he was getting big for Thanos, for Kang, but he was monstrous.
Remember, he has to be, Michael B. Jordan's a big dude, but he has to be bigger than him. Because he's older than him in the movie. You know, so. Yeah.
Do we think they're gonna swerve us and he's gonna wind up being what's his name's son anyway? Mr. T?
Reed Richards?
No, Mr. T's kid.
Oh, I hope he is. I would love to see that. Like, oh, what's your father's name? My father's name? Clubber Lang. Like, they never said his last name in the movie. You know what I mean? So it would be a cool like throwback, especially since it's part 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I heard people like they don't want it because they're like, but why would you now have to go and fight all the sons of everybody Rocky kicked the shit out of? I'm like, yo,
your son.
I'm like, but this is what the Rocky franchise is. You've already made the same fucking films again and again.
Yeah, absolutely. Except just running and fighting with kids, you run and fight with a bunch of motorcycle guys.
Yeah. Yo, What if he's I don't think it'll work, but you know who they should bring back? Spider Rico's kid.
Who?
Spider Rico?
Oh. Really?
That's the dude from the very first one that he the only guy he beat in that movie.
The guy that he beat in that club fight. Yeah, in that bullshit fight. Yeah. Now he had like boxers on. Or like boxers on it. Yeah, that's a good one. A good one. Nobody that'll do this for a lot of people that are not about the Rocky franchise. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, dude, that works.
I mean,
It works twofold then.
Fun, but people are stupid, so I'm not gonna do that to them.
No, but that works twofold. For everybody who knows, we get a nostalgia pop, and for whoever doesn't know, they get what they think is a brand new character.
Mm-hmm. I mean, in all reality, the son, like Drago's son, was a brand new character. I'm just saying, the dude was literally somebody we never knew. We didn't know the actor either. I'm saying, they're new characters. We just associate them with other people, so that's you taking that step back. That's not the maker. Oh, that's his son or that's his nephew. Yeah, it's his own. I don't know if you noticed that. Yeah, like I said, should be interesting. I did like the trailer, and I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? I read a rumor somewhere online, and nobody jump on it or get mad. I'm just throwing it out there that Amazon is really trying to get Invincible become an actual movie or series in
live
live action. But the problem is, they want to get into season at least 3 of the animated one before they go over. Yeah.
But isn't that just repetitive shit? Because it'd be just the boys and then the boys again.
Brother, you ain't saying nothing that I was thinking when I read that. I was like, but you got the boys.
Yeah.
But they want to do something where I'm feeling they want to do something. They want to cross over Omni-Man versus Homelander, and we know how that's going to go.
Yo, Homelander's going to get
killed Homelander with no problem. That's not even a fight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it should be interesting, though. Yeah. Oh, fun fact, they started filming The Boys next season, so there's a fan of The Boys. They started filming it, so there you go. Right. Should be interesting.
Yeah. So we're getting into this now. The lawyer show.
Yeah. Okay, so this is something I forgot. I wanted to bring this up, right? Because I was like, I usually don't take notes of just random shit, but this one hit me. Oh, here we go. So we have Moon versus Ghost Rider after season 2 of Moon Knight. Like I said, they greenlight season. By the way, I don't know how Moon Knight get lit, but She-Hulk did it. Whatever. It's not for me to decide. I'm not higher up, but I would literally end season 2 of Moon Knight with Jake, full Jake as Moon Knight, right? 100%. And then Gusher realizes maybe I may have picked the wrong guy for this. And he contacts somebody, goes, I need somebody to destroy what I made. And then what do you get? You get the spirits of vengeance. I'm saying it's something hard to write, but I'm saying it's pretty easy to like link that together. You know what I mean? When Kanye talks to another god or something, he's like, listen, I fucked up. And I just realized it. So can you help clean up this mess? And then so you get Ghost Rider. Whichever Ghost Rider tickles your pickle, you know.
You know what you could do? You can have Jake try to make a contract with the devil to be the Ghost Rider because he became so obsessed with the Moon Knight shit. and Steve and Mark go, no, we're not doing this. And the devil turns around and says, no, you can't fuck with me like that. And then he sends the other Ghost Rider at him. He's gonna vent, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a missile like that, and then they have to worry about how to stop Jake from being stupid, and then run away from the fucking Ghost Rider.
Yeah, I agree. No, I'm with that 100%. Yeah, I mean, just a fun fact to throw out there for people. Could be something to be done, and then it leads to the Midnight Suns. That's the ultimate end goal.
Word.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Blade gets done.
You know what's funny? In the comics, it's Midnight Suns, SON. But for the video game, they had to put it SUN because they added women to the team. And they didn't want that weird fucking. Why is it Suns if there's girls? They was like, nah. Now it's the Midnight Sun.
Yeah, well, fuck it.
I mean, whatever, man. Yeah. So let's rewrite
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk. Sorry, I couldn't get out, Jess. I'm just pissed off.
Nah. Yeah, I'm pissed off that she came out and actually said that this was for the trolls.
Yeah.
You literally wasted our fucking time.
Yeah.
That's what makes it even worse for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's nothing about that finale now that is saving. You know how people are like, oh well, at least I like when she jumped out of the thing. It made me seem like my Disney Plus was fucking up. Nah, that don't count now. It's like the Yankees losing in the fucking playoffs. There's no more baseball. The minute you said that this shit was literally the fuck with people that don't even watch your fucking show, this show is trash. 100% trash. Everything you ever did about it was trash. The people who thought about it was trash. The fucking comics that came out of it, trash. The fucking Hulk son, trash.
Yeah, that shit threw me off. I was like, what?
Yo, did you see the concept part? He was gonna be like an emo kid.
Yeah.
With like a flock of seagulls fucking thing.
Do you guys know anything about Scar? At all?
Not for it looked like if they turned me fucking green. I don't know how my man got a bun in he got that cane hair. Yeah. Like the front part is bald, the back part is fucking long. It's like, yo, decide if he's gonna have long hair or not. You can't do this double shit. Why does he look like a pussy when he's supposed to be a savage Hulk?
And apparently none of the Hulks are gonna show up in the New World Order Captain America. The other ones we know at least. They're gonna be random Hulks that they're making up, I guess.
Word.
So it's funny because you from Captain America New World Order and spring into World War Hulk in every possible way that you not that Scar shit.
Yep. Well, to be honest with you, I'm starting to think that She-Hulk is not a part of the MCU. Not a part of the MCU. It's just it's like Werewolf by Night. They just made that shit, fuck off with your trolls. We purposely made the CGI bad so you don't jerk off to fucking She-Hulk, you perverts. And then when they got the ratings back, they said, oh, teenage girls and actual MCU fans watch this. Season 2, baby. We did it. Season 2.
Yeah.
Fucking assholes.
I don't get. If you make a good show, then it doesn't matter if there's trolls, because everybody who's gonna review the show is gonna be like, yo, this show's good. We have trolls who are saying bullshit. But when you dedicate to just fighting the troll and you forget to make a good show, now, like a couple of weeks ago, what I said, we have no choice but to align with the trolls and be like, oh no, they're right.
Yeah. It's like you're aiding and abetting the people you're fighting against. You're like, you're giving the ammo, baby. Feed it to them. We're like, oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like you put all that energy into going against your trolls and you forgot completely that you had a great character to make an amazing show with.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, they got. I don't know if you guys ever had this happen to you, but in middle school, there was a kid in my class who loved to antagonize because the minute you went up to him and like did anything, try to hit him, try to whatever, he immediately cowered, played the victim, and called the teacher and got you in trouble. And if you played into it, you got fucked up. That's exactly what happened. They played into the fucking idiots and then got punked out.
Yep. Yep. And you know what's funny about there were certain points in a lot of those episodes that they had a glimmer of having a good joke. Not all the episodes. I got to say, out of the 9, I want to say 6 or 7 of them had a moment where you're like, yo, maybe this is where they turn it around. And I know we all for that. Like, there's a scene where you're like, yo, maybe they're going to get it right. And they shit the bed, and they shit the bed with probably the worst diarrhea you've ever seen.
Yeah.
That kind of shit that
horrible.
the smell never goes away from the room.
Yeah, it's trapped in your nose and shit.
I'm gonna before we start rewriting, just think of this, guys. We started in episode 1 with Jen obsessed about Cap's virginity and telling Bruce, "Oh yeah, I know yoga. That's how I got this nice ass." Then we ended with Jen looking at the camera and go, "Oh, Hulk smash," and sometimes I smash Matt Murdock. We started with a confident Jen who made jokes and did all this shit. We ended with a confident Jen. But in the middle, somehow, we had to go, no, she couldn't have been confident throughout. We had to go, let's get that journey. She's a piece of shit. And then back up to the... Well, I don't know about you, but there's not a story in the world where, unless you're talking about Thor, there's not a story in the world that's good that starts off with, oh, look how good this person is. Nope, they're shit. Hey, and look, they didn't get better. They just got back to the fucking place we started with them.
Yeah. It was like if they would have ended the series after the 2nd episode, this probably would have been the best fucking option they had. The best She-Hulk season they would have ever made.
Yo,
2 episodes.
If they would have did 1, 2, the Daredevil one, and the finale, just those 4 episodes, it would have been great because we would have gotten to the finale and been like, yo, none of this shit makes sense. What the fuck's going on? And then they do that and they were like, okay.
Yeah. And
she's still the same Jen, about those episodes.
Yeah.
Which makes perfect sense.
And also none of the shit made sense for her fourth wall breaking. None of it made sense because she's she's like, doesn't this seem like it's supposed to end? And then she alters the other shit. Like, why wouldn't you alter people showing your sex tape?
You know, how about this one? You know what the problem that is? That when you have Deadpool doing such an amazing job of it, Ryan Reynolds, right? It's not hard for you to separate yourself, but it's almost in the sense like you almost parodied whatever he did. You know what I mean? Like he literally said, all right, I see what he did. I am not going to checkmate you. I am literally going to go back 10 steps and not be as good as you at it. I'm like, I know it was perfect. You had a frame of work that made sense. Like when he started with, like, I know whose balls would have to follow to get out of the movie, right? Yeah. That's how you do it, right? How you do it. Then all of a sudden, she started off good. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, stop looking at us. I don't care about your opinion.
Yeah.
Folks, just be there. You know what? Instead of talking, let's be a lawyer.
I know we're gonna rewrite each episode, but a thing for the way it currently was. Had episode 8 ended with the video shit And instead of her looking at us, her turning around going, wait a minute. What? This is what the writers do? And then she broke out of the Disney Plus shit, and the episode ended there. And the next one picked up and did the rest.
Yeah.
Then it probably would have been a little bit better.
I agree. I completely agree. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, I got an idea for one of the episodes that we could do, but let's get into the shit.
Absolutely.
I got an idea for episode 1.
All right, so let's go then. Let's roll with the episode 1, She-Hulk. Let's get into the nitty and the gritty.
Episode 1 has the same start premise. Right? You start in the law office, and she gives a little bit. You hear, as she's like doing research or whatever, you hear somebody else mention the case that's going on. They talk to her a little bit. She gets up, and she looks at the camera and goes, it's like, I know, you're not going to care about this. You're going to be wondering if I'm already She-Hulk or when am I going to get that. So let me show you. And when they do that, we hear that the case she's working on is not a mob case where the mobsters killed her mom, because let's keep the parents alive, right?
Especially Perfect Strangers. I love that guy.
So the mob is going after her client.
Oh, okay.
Right? And then when we see her and Bruce, they're doing a road trip. He's taking a break finally. We get a little bit of explanation of how he showed up in Shang-Chi looking human. And then they get run off the road by the fucking hitman of the mob.
Oh, shit.
She gets all, what do you call it? Bruce gets cut, gets the blood in there. He fucking hulks out, deals with the guys, and then has to take her to make sure she's all right, to make sure this is all, everything's going on. And we don't get Bruce trying to keep her there. We get Bruce, like, at first, Bruce is like, well, I got to keep you because you're a fucking Hulk. You don't know how to control it. But the minute he sees, oh, you're in control, I'm not keeping you here. We got to put these dudes in jail. Because if you're not going to break them like I do, then I got to teach you how to control this shit so that you can go do your thing. And when we jump back, she's already confident. She's already been living with it for a while. And then we see the ending. Like, we see the trial. A little bit of the trial. And Titania is not a fucking super influencer. Titania is somebody who was hired by whoever this mobster is, and I have an idea for who the mobster is, but Titania was hired, and she purposely broke in to disrupt and to bring out the She-Hulk and to take out Jen. Maybe they don't even know she's the She-Hulk because she's been hiding it this whole time. So she just went in there to kill Jen, and then boom, She-Hulk comes out, hits the punch, and then it ends with She-Hulk saying, no, don't worry, this is a lawyer show. And the subsequent things going forward is it's actively trying to be a lawyer show, but she keeps getting pulled into different shit.
I'm with that. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, for the first episode, I had a little source line of thing of cap scene, but so the case she's working on, it's literally so her superhuman is involved that she doesn't know about, right? So she's literally going to a case. It's a criminal case, but she has no idea that the powers that be behind it, that the goons or henchmen, as they fought each other with, are working for a superpowered individual, right? So trial goes on, right? And then eventually she calls Bruce because there's a scientific problem with the case. she knows, hey, my cousin is probably one of the most brilliant scientists on God's green earth. You probably know about this, right? Not a bad idea, right? Meets up with Bruce. Now they're driving. The goons come. Shit happens. But in this one, Bruce does do the blood transfusion. He does it the way the comic book did it. I want to keep that there because I want her to have that shock of, wait, you what? Aren't you a, you know what I mean? But then what I want to happen is after it was since she comes in, she tells you this is what happened beforehand. But instead of her working for somebody, she has her own law practice. She doesn't work for anybody. This is her own law practice, and she practices as She-Hulk all the time, every day. You know what I mean? She's not Jen Walters until she wants to do something social. You know what I mean? But in the courtroom, She-Hulk, 20, in that room, she's doing it 100%. So still at the end, she doesn't know who the superpower individual is. She actually has no idea. She goes about it, she gets another case. The case leads to that same person. Doesn't know who it is. Leads to that same person again. It doesn't make sense. All of a sudden, it gets to one point where in the episode, I'm saying, one of the goons had to go back, and it goes, I don't think she has any idea that it's you. And all of a sudden, you turn around and she's Mr. Negative Man, and he's like, figures a lawyer that smart would think someone this powerful would probably be the one who's behind all this. Goddamn. And the only reason I want Mr. Negative Man is because if you bring him back to the end of the episode, it would make sense that Spider-Man is not far behind. So I'm going to link this up, that it all comes together. And Mr. Negative Man is part of Yakuza, so he can be in New York, in LA, because the Yakuzas have branches everywhere. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? But like I said, The one thing I wanted to do is I don't want to work for anybody. I wanted to go. I tried being somebody's lawyer as a She-Hulk, and all I was a publicity stunt. I'm practicing on my way, on my time, and as She-Hulk. Yeah. And you can do all that social shit for like 5 minutes or whatever, like her dating. I just want She-Hulk in the courtroom and She-Hulk throwing hands.
Okay. Well, my first episode is gonna be in the courtroom, and it's gonna start with her closing argument with a case. Okay. And in the background, you're gonna see pictures of the Ronin costume, the sword, the tech from the vulture, a bunch of other stuff that was picked up from all the invasions from the aliens, the tech that was stolen from Stark Industries, where that Spider-Man was accused of, because she's actually putting on trial the people who actually stole the tech, or the fall guys, and she gets these guys convicted, and right when they're going to jail, they're like, it wasn't us. We can get you the real guy who did it. We can get you the king who did it. And she's like, what? So she starts to talk to him, and she's interrogation, and she's trying to get, and the guy's like, I need protection from this and this and this. And she's like, we'll work on it. So now she's with damage control, trying to get a plea deal to get, we'll get this guy and we'll get the protection that you need. When she goes home, drive-by, she gets shot. But the thing is, she doesn't get shot by a regular bullet. She gets shot with a freshly new alien tech gamma radiated bullet. Where it doesn't matter where it hits you, the gamma radiation infects you. So this is where they have to get Bruce. And Bruce is like, yo, I've never seen this level of gamma radiation concentrated in one area outside of the Infinity Stones.
Ooh, good one.
And
good
he tries, he tries to put the inhibitor on her. It doesn't help. And he's like, listen, the only, I don't have Tony here. I don't have the technology to do all this. The only thing I can do is synthesize my blood for the healing factor, because that can actually take away the gamma radiation. Yeah, she'll have a chance to live. The problem is the theory has not been practiced yet, and he has to rush. So he synthesizes something, he tests it, it doesn't work. She's getting worse and worse. And Han is like, yo, listen, my magic can only do but so much to keep her alive. Because he's already with Han. Like Han, Shiri, these people are helping him. You know what I'm saying?
Wong.
I'm sorry.
That's what I said. Han.
I'm sorry. Are you talking about the guy from Fast and the Furious?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the healer. I'm talking about I'm talking about the healer from the Dora Milaje and fucking the other shit. Yeah. Well, I'm talking about all of them.
And Wong.
This is yes. I'm talking about all of them. He's
already.
Yeah. Yo, this is everybody because this is Hulk's cousin. They're pulling all the stuff. They're trying to do all the things they can do. They got the magic coming. It's family. They got the magic coming. They got the nanobites with the vibranium, and it's like it's not helping. It's actually short circuiting the nanobites or whatever the fuck that Shuri could do, and it's getting to the point where it's like either you do or you don't, Bruce. And he's like, all right, we got an 87% chance that this was gonna work, and he injects her with the blood that's been synthesized, and over a couple of days it starts to work. And when she wakes up, she's feeling better. And they tell her what happened, and her heart rate starts going. Like I was shot, I was dead. Like what? You put blood in me? Like she's getting nervous, and that's when the gamma radiated blood just starts to explode, and boom, she's turning into the She-Hulk. You know what I'm saying? Like she's turning She-Hulk, and it's like, you know, the readings are like, yo, all of that poison came out of your body, but you know, now you're a Hulk. And she's pissed off, and that's the way the first episode's gonna end for me.
Okay. I'm gonna lie to you. I'll watch both of them real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They both lead to a more interesting next episodes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because I was trying to, you know, go off of like why Spider-Man was acquitted so easily. It's like because they found the real people that stole the Stark tech. You know?
Yeah. My whole lead to it was getting a villain that we have never seen before.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
And a villain can right away take seriously. Like there's no way you don't take him. First of all, his goons alone, the Yakuzas, everybody takes seriously. Everybody knows there should be some big showdown with Tokyo. You know for a fact that these guys don't fuck around. You know what I'm saying? But after that, it's a brand new villain with brand new power sets, and they can introduce more superheroes. You know what I mean? Depending on how you go about it. Yeah. And I just wanted her to have her own firm because I think it makes sense that a lawyer that talented in the comics that we know about has her own firm. It makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People just come to her law firm just because she Hulk. Other ones know she's really good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mine, it might not have sounded like it, but mine is still keeping the lighthearted comedy tone to it.
Yeah.
But
I got that
serious.
Yeah.
I got that feeling from yours. Yeah. I went completely straight up Law and Order S status. People are gonna die. But I feel like,
he's like, I made a Punisher show.
Yeah, but I feel like in that sense, we have more Daredevil type law scenes with the Punisher. You know what I mean? Where that opening and ending argument and the evidence, it has to be on point because this is life or death right here. You know what I'm saying? This ain't a dude that's immortal fucking over his wives. This is like, if we don't get this shit right, this woman, man, or whatever pronoun makes you comfortable, dies. You know what I mean? And the fact that she doesn't know who's throwing all this at her, she's still like really in the dark about it because Mr. Negative is that good at it. By the way, Mr. Negative is still running the soup kitchen in New York City, and he has one. Those are his fronts. No matter what, those are his fronts. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping that. Those are.
Is he running the same one that Aunt May is running?
Yes, that she was running.
Spider-Man
He
movies?
took over it because they needed somebody to take over it. So he's like, oh, what a good front. No one's ever going to suspect I'm running a fucking illegal business out of a soup kitchen. Nobody. Right? So you see him in a suit, you're like, how come everybody else is broke? You know? That was my whole thing. It's like bringing somebody brand new, and his power set is actually really powerful, but they don't ever put it that way. You know what I mean? I gotta bring in Spider-Man. Who doesn't love Spider-Man?
Yeah. Just to give people a little taste of what Mr. Negative can do. Eddie Brock, with his years of contact with the symbiote, it actually infected his blood and gave him like a version of cancer. And Mr. Negative was healing people in the back of the soup kitchen. So Eddie Brock goes, and Mr. Negative does his thing to reverse whatever's there. And the little bit of symbiote that was in his blood actually switched over. You know, it was the polar opposite. Came back to life, healed Eddie Brock, and made him anti-venom. Where now he was all white with the black. And now one of the things he can do is he can sense sicknesses and shit and extract them. And that's why this time Eddie Brock was going after Peter Parker and Spider-Man, because he sensed the radiation in him, and he was trying to take the radiation out.
Yep.
Not knowing that will take away Spider-Man's powers.
Absolutely. Yep. We lost somebody.
No, I'm still here. I was just had to turn off the camera real quick. But all right, yeah, episode 2.
All right, so episode 2 for me starts off with Jen in the courtroom. This time, expertly laying out a case as to why this elf lady can't be a shapeshifter and fucking pose as different people. All right? You do, what do you call it? Well, I'm doing the Megan Thee Stallion early. All right? She poses Megan Thee Stallion.
Mm-hmm.
She turns around and not only does she prove the case, but in the courtroom, we're actually starting to notice that Damage Control has posted up people who are specially able to deal with powered individuals. Because it wouldn't make sense that this elf who can change into anything would care about our laws and succumb to our laws and all that shit. No. She has no choice because they have somebody that can deal with her. Then we get the call where somebody else is trying to free Blonsky. She goes up and is like, "Yo, I want to go to the court to his bail hearing or whatever the hearing, and I'm gonna argue against this. He tried to kill my cousin. He's a dangerous man." She goes and she sees that Emil is trying to do better, and the other guy has seemingly put up a good argument. And then she finds out, oh shit, Wong broke him out of jail. No, so I gotta get in contact with Wong because we gotta make sure he stays. She gets in contact with Wong. He tells her, oh, I needed him for the fucking Kumite tournament that I was in. Because Jean-Claude Van Damme was... She'll even make that joke. When he's like, oh, I needed it for the Kumite. She'll look at the camera and go, the Van Damme movie from the 80s?
That I would be a fan of. I like that. I'd be a fan of, yeah.
Then she makes the argument that Wong broke out. He shouldn't escape. But she's not... It's still not convincing enough, and the other guy gets Blonsky off. And they come to an understanding that Blonsky is legitimately trying to change.
Mhm.
So Blonsky leaves. We see at the end, she's trepidatious about it, but she lets him go. Nikki's like, yo, forget it. I got good news for you. We just got a new client, Megan the Stallion. And they go out to a bar to celebrate. And as they go to celebrate, Megan's out there dancing with Nikki and all that. And Jen's just sitting back. And they're like, yo, Jen, get out on the dance floor. Come on, come on. And Jen's like, nah, I don't get out there. I don't get out there. And they're like, Megan's like, yo, you better get out here and twerk with me. And she's like, nah, I don't do that. But She-Hulk does. And then she turns into She-Hulk. And at a party to celebrate in an appropriate setting, she does the dance. And it's not born out of some weird fucking... It's not played as, oh, this is some weird fangirl shit. It's played out of when I want to get down, She-Hulk comes up.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what the
I just
fuck
want
she...
to say, I think I'm a huge fan of hearing Cap say twerk like 4 times. I'm just saying, I'm gonna go back and watch this. He said twerk. So go ahead.
So the ending of this episode ends off with Blonsky talking to someone.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know who he's talking to. We don't ever hear the other person. We just hear Blonsky goes, so the deal is, if I keep my nose clean for a certain amount of time, I have an opportunity. Boom. So is that the Thunderbolts? What are we talking about? We don't know. We'll see what happens later on.
I like that. No, that's a really good one. So my second episode, right? You see literally, you come in to her office, and she has files everywhere, right? And you see one file, and you see the file's name, and you're like, that can't be that person, right? All of a sudden, you see another file, close relations. You see another file, close relations, and you're like, you as a comic fan, right away look at the names. You go, I know these people, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you realize when the client comes in, it was like that. It's not yours. Welcome, Jen Walters, aka She-Hulk. Welcome to LA. And like, she's representing Elektra, not yours. What? Another good Daredevil connection, but it's not what you think. Nachos, like that. I understand you're associated with certain people here. You see a picture of Bullseye. It was like that. So these are the people you have contact with in your past. He goes, well, he killed me once. That was interesting. And this gentleman here, well, he just smiles and goes, he's something in a complete different animal. And it's Daredevil, but it's just a picture of like the silhouette and the question mark in the middle of it. But it says the name on top of it. Because, once again, not everybody in LA don't know much about the East Coast heroes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. So she goes, I do have one key witness that can help me. Well, actually, I have 2 key witnesses, but you're going to have to hire both of them. And Walters goes, what? I'm going to hire 2 people to be your key witnesses? Well, that's the way they work. What are you talking about? And then Danny Rand and Luke Cage come in. Heroes for hire. It's Danny Rand. I'm Luke Cage. And she looks at Luke Cage and goes, oh, man. That is a piece of a man right there. You know what I mean? She looks at him like, oh, man. That's something right there. You know what I'm saying? And like Toronto goes, listen, to prove my innocence, these 2 gentlemen here can let you know that I didn't do what I was accused of. I am not superpowered. She goes, no, not Miss Nachos, but you are a very talented martial artist, acrobat, and apparently assassin. She goes, that was misquoted. But I digress. Miss Walters, I have a very massive retainer. You can definitely please represent me. And these, like I said, they could equip me if you would hire them. But I don't understand. Why am I hiring people to acquit you? And Luke Cage goes in, sweetheart, we don't do anything unless we get paid. But aren't you guys heroes? Yes, we're hero bills. Mostly me. Not the blondie behind me. He has money. Trust me. So the case goes on, and so she's being accused of killing a guy who started was innocent, but he's literally a henchman for Negative Man. But he just had a clean sheet, so he can do stuff for Negative Man and get away with it. You know what I'm saying? He worked in the soup kitchen. He volunteered in other places. He was still a dirt bag, but he just had a squeaky clean thing. Nachos knew it. Nachos had Heroes for Hire investigate him and follow him, along with Jessica Jones, but I'll get to that later. Luke Cage is going to lead to Jessica Jones later. I hired the best private dick I knew to hunt him down. And he goes through, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, the case gets cleared. Ms. Nacho tell her, thank you. Money's in the account. And the Heroes for Hire, they go, thank you. Oh, by the way, the devil, that file you had up there, yeah, he's real. You should probably look into that. Then they leave. From Daredevil to Spider-Man. The episode ends that way. He goes, you should probably look into that. Looking at her, and he winks at her and leaves. That's my second episode.
Okay. All right. So my second episode starts with the Hulk is now talking to Jennifer. Jennifer's like pissed off, but she's starting to realize what's going on. She's rational. Bruce is realizing like, yo, your rage level isn't going up, but you're a Hulk. Like, what's going on here? And she's like, I wasn't like you, Bruce. I didn't have demons growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like
I was normal.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like my father didn't torment me, Bruce. Like, like I think your guy, was an inner demon that you had that you really need therapy. I don't. I had a normal childhood, Bruce. You know this. This is why you never wanted to leave the house. And Bruce is doing more studying. That's when he starts to realize, oh shit, maybe this thing inside of him was like a mechanism. And they talk, and she starts to accept that she's the Hulk. And she tells Bruce, is like, listen, I don't want to be the Hulk. I'm not you. I'm a lawyer. I protect people with the law. I don't protect people with smashing like you do. And the Hulk is like, well, there's no law that says you can't protect people both ways. The Covert Accords is done. You can be a hero to people if you can't defend them. There are plenty of people that do it. Wink, wink. And he gets a call. And it's like, all right, I gotta go. Everything seems normal. Like you got this. I gotta go. Something's going on, and Jennifer just like dismisses him. Like, fuck it, you always gotta go somewhere. When she's on her way out, she meets War Machine. He is working with damage control and says,
okay.
I need to ask you a few questions. Like on some, did you get a good look at the men that shot you? Because we got some suspects. And Jennifer's like, oh yeah, I saw him. He's here. I know exactly who did that shit. Let's go get him. No. I don't need your help. I got him. And when he goes to fly away, she turns into the fucking Hope and grabs him and says, no. We're both gonna get this motherfucker. Like he goes like, what the like no one knew she was the Hulk except for Bruce and the people that were there. So the woman, she's like, oh shit. Well, it's better to work with you than not work with you. And she looks at the camera and goes, I knew he'd say that. And then she looks and she's like, wait a minute. And then she leaves. They find They find a dude that shot her. The place is ransacked. The dude's dead. They don't know what the fuck's going on. They're walking around with all this shit. They see hammer technology. They see all this other shit and like, yeah, they're like, all right, what the fuck is going on here? This is a lot bigger than just some dude with the, fucking with the wrong tech. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're making something.
Mm-hmm.
And Jennifer's like, yeah, I see this shit, but I just came here to fuck him up. Like, this ain't my problem. This is your problem. You find the dude that did this, and I'll get him. I'll get him put away. Like, that's the deal. And woman, she's like, we could use your help. And she's like, well, I can help you with the law because I'm not you. I'm not one of the Avengers. I'm not one of these other people. Just wrong time, wrong place for me. So they go, and she goes and she's talking to her friends, and she's telling people that she's the Hulk because it made the news, all this other shit, and she's starting to realize like, yo, what the fuck am I gonna do now? Like, nothing is really happening to her. Like, she doesn't lose her job. She doesn't lose. It's more accepted that there's superheroes out there. There's enhanced people. Nothing really happens, but she's like, all right, I have a crossroads because I have these powers. Mm-hmm. And she's drunk and she laughs and she's like, well, with great power comes great responsibility, right? Right? Give me another one.
I like that one. No, I like that one.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah,
I like that one.
And her friend is like, well, I mean, what you gonna do? Sit down and fucking be sad all goddamn day? She goes, something, you're right. But I don't like this shit. And then she just starts seeing everything moving faster. She's like, what the fuck? She goes into the future and she sees the point where she's like, all right, I fully accept that I'm the Hulk. And she goes, let's skip to here. Like, she's looking around like, let me skip to here. And then boom, it happens. And she's like, wait a minute. What day is it? It's Tuesday. Bullshit, it's not Tuesday. Like, she's starting to realize that she can control shit. She doesn't have it under, but she's like, yo, I just skipped all this grief and shit. All right, well, fuck it then. All right, now we good. And that ends episode 2.
Cool. I like that.
All right. So my episode 3 starts with Jen at her desk, asleep. And Nikki comes in and is like, yo, you gotta stop burning the candles at both ends. You gotta start living your life a little. Like, get away from the thing. There's other people here. Pug can handle some shit. We got Mallory over there. You can start relaxing a little bit. She's like, you know what? You're right. I need a break. I need some time off. As she's leaving, Titania is sitting in Mallory's office. And she's like, yo, Nikki, what the fuck's going on? What's going on over there? And she's like, Mallory's representing Titania, who's now saying that she was compelled to do those acts for the mob. For the mob guy, we still don't know who he is yet. So she's trying to get representation to try to get out from under that. And She-Hulk looks at Nikki and is like, yo, did this bitch try to kill me? Then she looks at the camera and goes, I know I shouldn't say this about my female lawyer, but to anybody else, does Mallory seem like a bitch? And then we cut out to She-Hulk or Jen turning around going, you know what? I need some time out. She changes into She-Hulk. She starts hitting up different places. She starts going out on dates. And it has nothing to do with getting her blood, getting anything. She's just like, it's more watching her have the options. Like, I'll pick him in the back, him. And she's just living it up a little bit. Then we see a little bit more of the court case, and we see that Mallory was able to get Titania off, so she's not suffering consequences, and they're moving a little bit more towards figuring out who the fuck's really in charge of this shit and building a bigger case against him. The episode ends with Jen coming home. She's wasted because she went back to human form. She's wasted. 4 dudes come out of an alley with a crowbar, a hammer, a fucking ball and chain. None of it glowing. We don't know it glows yet. They attack Jen. She freaks out a little bit. One of the guys takes the crowbar, bang, hits her. When it connects, it starts to glow a little bit. So we see the connection, but we stay focused on the crowbar and like the glowing shit. When we cut back to Jen, she had already changed to She-Hulk, and she fends them off, but not. She doesn't kick the shit out of them. She just fends them off enough for them to realize, like, all right, we have a limit. Like, it was almost like a test run. They were like, we have a limited window before this thing kicks in. So let's retreat and come back later. She's sitting there a little bit shaken up, going, I know I just stopped these guys. She talks to, what do you call it? She goes home, she goes home. Nikki's waiting for her because Nikki wants to hear all the dirt. Like, oh, what, how much fun did you have? Sees that, they talk about it. And Nikki's like, yo, what good are your powers if you're not going to at least learn something to defend yourself? She goes, you're right. She looks at the cameras like, probably gonna have to do something about this, right? She calls up Wong and goes, hey, Wong, do you have somebody? She's like, I don't know if you know martial arts or how to fight, but do you know somebody who could train me? Bruce only taught me to deal with it. Didn't really tell me how to defend myself. And Wong's like, I know a guy. And it cuts, and the end credit scene, you just see her like standing in a fucking dojo. Standing there, and you just hear Simu. Like, so, Miss Walters, you ready to start? Boom. And we cut out. And now Wong's still back in the show. Now we have a legitimate person training her to fight, which is going to come down the line. Simu didn't even have to show up. You can do a blade thing. People were reminded, oh yeah, Shang-Chi still is in this fucking thing because we haven't heard anything about him since his movie.
Yeah.
And that's where we're cut episode 3.
Yeah.
That was episode 3, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so mine starts with so she's literally at a coffee shop and She-Hulk. Before she goes to the office, some dude tries to talk to her. She looks at the camera and goes, the guy from the last episode? That man? No, I'm sorry. Take that back. That Adonis. I need that in my life. Wow. Cuts back. She gets to the office. There's a young man sitting there, nervous and shaking. Excuse me. Do I know you? He goes, no, but I need your help. What do I call you? Yeah, I have no idea what to call you. She goes, calm down. What is it? I understand a lot has been happening to you. You've got a lot of cases that are all criminal, and it's been strange. You can't connect anything yet. I'm your connection. What do you mean? I don't understand. You're connected to one person, one entity, one thing that's doing it. Why do you say thing? I don't know if it's a man, a thing, or a force. I don't know what it is. But I know it's not normal. I figure someone like you can probably deal with it as either a lawyer or as. He goes, what does this mean? Whatever the hell you are. Okay. It's difficult for me. You know, it's all right. Next, cut to the one she starts talking to the dude. It's a little montage of her talking to him, taking notes. He's up, drinking coffee. He's nervous. He's walking around, pacing back and forth. All right. He stops. He goes, all I know is if they know I'm talking to you, they're going to gun for you and me. So the dude walks out, takes 3 steps, dead. Game over. She goes looking around. She can't see what happened. Know what I mean? And you hear a voice over them looking at the crime scene. It's all gets taken care of. Where's my money? That's not the end of the contract. Don't change it on the fly. Where's my money? I have one more thing for you to do. Pay me first. Then I'll move on. That's another scene. She's literally going to her parents' house, seeing them. Like, I heard what happened. Are you okay? Oh, yeah, I'm fine, but my client was killed. What happened? It was called a rail bullet. It literally goes in, disappears, and leaves no trace, so you can never know who did it. Is that alien technology? No, it's actually human technology. It's advanced military. I don't know. Around, so she goes, Mom, Dad, can I stay here tonight? Sure. And all of a sudden, she's looking at typical window shot. See somebody looking at her and going, anything like the other Hulk. I can't penetrate that skin. Might have to wait. Back, all of a sudden, another. She's walking into her office as she Hulk, and you see the same thing, that same look on some. Not a good one either. Then she prepares for another case involving the exact same thing, but she has no idea it's the exact same thing. No idea it's the same incident. Goes through it. You know what I'm saying? It's about to end. And all of a sudden, you see the shot that's looking at her stand up and go, it's going to be a little tougher than I thought. Pans over and Taskmaster. But it's not the shit we got from that movie. This is Tony Masters on some. I'm gonna have to get different armor for this one. Incredible.
Okay.
Dude, like, I feel like any chance you get, you're gonna put the actual Taskmaster in it.
You know why? He's so much better. So much better. And he would be the one like, listen, don't start flipping shit on me. You told me this was it. Pay me. All right, then pay me, then I'll do the other thing. But pay me first, bro. I'm about my money, brother. You know. But I definitely want to fit him in there because if you read anything about the She-Hulk and certain things, it's Taskmaster. He can be there and then leave. He doesn't be there committed. Yeah. Okay. This is the pocket dimension where I get to do the stuff. Now it's a female robot that nobody knows about. It's weird. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So my episode starts with War Machine in a building, all beat to shit. And what looks like a group of guys is about to, remove the mats from him and take the armor, and you just hear take the armor. And then smoke hits the ground. And almost like Ninja Turtles 2, Return of the Shredder.
I love the scene.
Yeah. You hear smoke, you hear fighting, and all of these guys are down. And he helps War Machine get out of the building. Jennifer gets a call. Yo, it's deeper than what we thought. There's no one like this is the scene that comes. We need you to come investigate to see if you recognize anything, all the other shit. She's walking to look around to see what's going on and shit. And she picks up this card, and the card's halfway broken, but you see .I.M. and it's AIM. And she's like, well, why would AIM try to develop, why would AIM try to take War Machine's suit? Like, they have other technologies from what I understand. Like, aren't they the leading, the leading group in energy sufficiency after Stark? And the cop goes, yeah, I don't understand what they're doing here. And it's, they're like, we don't see any of this stuff here. This isn't a warehouse for them. This is more like a base for a gang. Like, why is their card here? And they want, like, now it's like, hold on, wait, what's going on here? There's too much connections with AIM and then this new alien technology, and now there's like a fucking gang involved. And one of the cops goes up to the lead detective, which I don't know her name, but who's the one with the cyborg arm?
Misty Knight.
Misty, yeah.
Yeah.
Misty Knight.
Goes
Love
Detective Knight. Detective Knight. Apparently we got a witness, but there's a problem. What's the problem? He didn't see anything. So how the hell is he a witness? He's blind. Wait, what? We got a blind witness? Yeah. He wants to talk to you and to Miss Walters. And they walk up to the man and they go, how can we help you, sir? He's like, well, first off, this wasn't who you thought it was. This was actually an international ninja gang called the Hand, right? Called the Hand. I followed them here from New York. And she goes, you're telling me an old man like you followed a ninja gang to Los Angeles to what? Well, why don't you ask your boy what I did? You know what I'm saying? He's alive because of me. And they look at each other. And the Hulk, She-Hulk looks at the camera and goes, this old man done fucked up some ninjas and War Machine can't do shit. And it's Stick.
Of
Stick
course.
Stick is the one that's there doing it. And she's like, hold on, wait, I gotta find out who this guy is.
I'll
So
take that place because he's an asshole. I love it.
Oh yeah. And you see her going, pause. And the whole scene pauses and she takes the top part of the screen and she folds it. And she goes like it's a book and she starts going into the archives of this man, and there's a thing where she can't get into it, and it's like, wait, what the fuck is this? It's an empty room, there's no more pages. And she walks in, she goes, hello? And all you hear is, oh my god, it's She-Hulk. And she goes, what the fuck? And it's Deadpool. And Deadpool goes, hey, I'm a huge fan. I know you don't know who I am. I just made it in the MCU. I'll see you soon. Oh, by the way, I was told by the writers that you need to stop this. There's not going to be a show if you keep, fucking with the timeline. Like, you're not supposed to know what's happening until they tell you, okay? So talk to them. They love it. Look at this. Hey, guys, it's She-Hulk. They love it. They love it. You know what I'm saying? By the way, don't tell anybody. Peter Parker Spider-Man. I wasn't a part of the spell. I came from Fox. I'm good. I'm good. And she's like, what the fuck is this? And he goes, oh, bye now. Bye everybody at Disney. I'm happy to see you. Look out for Hugh Jackman. And she's like, stop spoiling shit for these people, okay? The movie's coming out in like 3 years. Stop with this shit. Stop. He goes, I'm excited. What do you want me to do? Well, this is my show. Stop taking it over. Get out of here. All right, you don't want to see me? I don't want to be here. Stop with the shit. Okay, just go throughout the whole show, normal pace. There's 9 episodes. Relax. We're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. Oh, also, don't worry about the trolls. They're not watching. And then she gets zoomed back into normal time, and she goes, "Well, that didn't work." Stick, I got some questions for you. Misty Stone tells him, I got some questions for you. Let's go into interrogation. And they start telling him, and he tells them what's going on with the hand and how he saw that the hand is trying to get new technology off of AIM, but AIM wasn't sufficient enough. And there's a new dealer out there that just so happened to have found technology that was used in the wars in New York and the battle of Endgame shit, and a lot of things happened during that blip that people don't know that went underground. He's like, yeah, a devil is walking among us. And I'm not talking about the one in New York. I'm talking about the one that actually has flames on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on, Cho? Get your ass over here. So yeah, right? Get on here. So now Jennifer's like, holy shit, like this is deeper than what's going on. She's trying to investigate what's going on, and they have no leads. So her friend is like, you're not a cop, right? You're just a lawyer. If they don't have anybody under arrest, you can't really prosecute anybody. Let them do their jobs. You do you. You said you didn't want to be a hero, so you do you. And she goes on some dates, just to pass the time. She's bored because the one thing that Jennifer Walters never lacked on was confidence. And she's She-Hulk. She's turning in and out, and she's like, "Yo, you're bored. Get the fuck out of here. You're boring. This, that." It's one of those things. Like, she would rather be doing the law shit, and she takes up another case. And this case just so happens to be for a doctor that she has to defend because he did something crazy. And she goes, Dr. D. Okay. And episode ends. We'll leave you to assume it's Dr. Doom. But it's not, Doctor. But go ahead. That's how my episode 3 ends. Yeah.
My episode 4 is going to be a short description because, again, this is a comedy show. We start with Jen. We start with Jen on the phone, and you're just like, fuck, he won't pick up. And she looks at the camera and goes, where on earth can Bruce be that he's not answering his phone? And we cut to the guy who was in charge of NKLHD or whatever the fuck. I'm pretty sure I just said the knucklehead.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Letters. The GNKLA, whatever the fuck that shit was. The guy in charge. He's standing in a room with what the hell's his name? Miracle Man. Or Mr. Miracle, whatever that dude is who keeps killing himself. He's
Mr.
standing
Immortal.
I think it's Mr. Immortal.
Yeah, Mr. Immortal. There you go.
Immortal. Gotcha.
Miracle Man is DC.
Yeah, I was about to say he escapes everything.
Sorry, I was stabbed with needles. I'm off my game today. So he's standing in a room with Mr. Immortal and Mallory. She goes in and he's like, hey, Jen, I have an interesting proposition. I've noticed some friction between you two, and this would be a fun little competition. Have a little bit of mediation. We have Mr. Immortal here, who Mallory has already agreed to defend, and we have his spouses, which Jen, you're gonna defend, and you're gonna sit in a room, and you're gonna mediate, and you're gonna work out what the fuck is going on with these people. And the whole episode is a funny back and forth where every time Mallory thinks she's made a point, Jen hits it with something and overtakes the lead. And it's a literal back and forth on who's going to win this battle, this little, non-fight between them two. And Jen wins. Mr. Immortal's got to pay out all of his fucking wives and husbands and all that shit. And then we cut to the end credit where Titania walks into an apartment or a house, and on the floor there's two dead bodies, an older man and an older woman, and a note that just says, "Finish the job." And it cuts. That's my little quick episode 4 because I can't make everything a fucking epic.
No, absolutely not. Say no. Mine's gonna get relaxed after probably this episode. For sure it will be. So episode 4 starts with that same She-Hulk way too often. I gotta find a middle ground for this. Gotta find some weak point. He goes, all right. I think I understood. You know what I'm saying? He decides. One point she goes into a bar, and now she's Jennifer Walters. Now he comes out as Tony Masters. Gets him out to know Tony Masters is a pretty good-looking guy. Pretty suave guy, you know what I'm saying? International man. He understands stuff. He goes, you look so familiar. Where have I seen you before? I can't imagine where. I mean, a man like you seem like you get around. I get around where? I think I'm a simple man. You know, then crazy. And right there, she goes, he's almost like the other guy. Almost like the other guy. Just not as Adonis. But he's good. He's really good. Turns. So, what's your thing? Oh, I don't have a thing. I just saw a lovely lady. Shooting back to the Josh thing, I saw a lovely lady, and I figured I'd introduce myself. Name, Tony Masters. That can't be your name. Absolutely it is. I'll show you my ID. See? And for the fun of it, it has a Latveria address. He did spend time in Latveria to train certain soldiers, but, you know, neither here nor there. These are fucking people. What? Dr. Doom? No. No. I just like messing with people. Like that, yeah. What's Latveria? Latveria is a very small, very private country, ran by actually a great man. He's hired him before. Yeah, but I do private security work. One of the best assassin covers ever. I do private security work. Yeah, absolutely. So, what are you about? Buys a couple of drinks. She's getting saucy. You know what I mean? And he goes, all right, well, miss, I have to go. Business call. Yeah, so he looks at his watch. No, watch. Goes, business call. I have to go. You enjoy yourself, all right? And she goes, what the fuck? What the hell was that? He had me. I was ready. He had me. And he just left me? She walks out. He tries to attack her. She turns, sobers up. He goes, damn it. That didn't work. All right. She goes into her firm to work her case, right? Doing her studies, and he's still looking. He's like, all right, she's still She-Hulk at court. I know that much. And at the office. Understood that part. He goes, all right. She comes out, and he attacks her as She-Hulk again, just to assess her. Just to remember the moves, you know what I'm saying? Because this is what he does. I'm saying this is what he does. He goes, all right, got it. He goes, all right. So I can't hit her full on frontal. I can't hit her, surprise her because she'll turn. She does it on the top of a dime when she knows you're in danger. Kind of like a certain web head. You just have problem. Got it. Then at one point, he attacks her again. He goes, I realize, you know what I need? I don't need to beat her. So screw this contract, right? Then Walters, he just walks behind her, sticks her. She doesn't feel it, takes her blood and goes, if I'm not going to fill this contract, at least I'm going to do something with it. I'll do something with the blood from the episode, but at least it'll be interesting. I'll do something with this blood. She turns that easily. Somebody can do something with this. And then he tells Mr. Negative, listen, I tried. It didn't work. I will not refund you your money. If you want to come after me, please try whenever you want. I've dealt with the Yakuzas before. Should be interesting. I will lead to another series with that. One that focuses on the villain. I'm not going to do that. But the episode ends where Jen is like, oh, I've never bled before. And she just keeps walking like it's not a big deal, like something stung her. Having no idea what just happened. It's my 4th episode.
Okay. All right. So now we get into the nitty and gritty with Lay over here. So all right. So in the start of my 4th episode, she already finished the case, and she's she gets paid for everything, and she goes, "It was nice working with you, Dr. Essex." So it was based off of a botched surgery, whatever, but she helps him out, and she goes back to who could be possibly doing this stuff with the weapons and everything, and she starts seeing patterns, and she's like, there's different guys in different locations, but they all look the same. Like they're all the same height and built, but it's like there's no way that this could fit. Mm-hmm. And she's like, she's trying to put stuff together, but it doesn't make sense. She's like, this gotta, it's almost like alien type shit. Like, do we have another alien running wild here? Because I don't think a human can do this. Almost like a Kree.
Oh, the scrolls.
A scroll, yeah, there you go, like a scroll.
What about that?
Because, and then she sees something where it's like, hold on, wait. One got the description of hold up. Fuck, I just lost his fucking name. Fury. One just got the description of Director Fury without the eye patch. Another one looks like this big, huge white dude wearing a fucking white smoking jacket. And then there's another description of just a regular guy. But we have alibis for Director Fury, and I could have swore this guy just got arrested, not too long ago. So how the hell are they in 2 places at once? This has to be like a shapeshifter, So she calls up Missy, and she's like, "Yo, I think we got some here. I don't think that this is an organization we know of that's supplying these weapons." And while Missy goes, "What are you talking about?" The phone cuts off. And as soon as the phone cuts off, the chick that's assembling the Thunderbolts, what's her name?
Val. Just call it Val.
Yeah.
It's Val Contessa Shinsessa.
Yeah. Val walks in the room and says, "Listen, this is way above your pay grade. I'll do you the favor. Is the man right here. Designated Tombstone. He's on a platter just for you. Drop the case." She's like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, they're picking him up now. We found him. You're welcome. You can leave this alone now. I don't know why you're coming up with this crazy shit." And she looks at the camera and goes, "Who's this bitch?" Mm-hmm. And she's like, "Who the fuck are you?" She goes, "Trust me, honey, you don't want to know. You don't want to know." And she walks away. And you see the silhouette of the blonde hair of Natasha's sister walking with her.
Oh, nice.
She's walking with her, and she's like, "What the fuck do we do now?" And then it goes to the case, and it's like, yo, we got irrefutable evidence that this dude was the one behind all this shit. Like, we got witnesses from the hand, we got witnesses from AIM, we got fucking Vincent Fish is willing to fucking testify from jail. Like, there's plenty of people here that's all corroborating this guy is the guy that did the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we got to run with it. We got to go. So she goes, and she prosecutes the dude,
Mm-hmm.
and he goes to jail, and everything seems to be fine. And now she's like, well, that's kind of anticlimactic, isn't it? Like, what's going, like, there's got to be something bigger here. and Rhodey goes, don't worry about it. We handle it from here. Almost like this is. She makes a mention. She goes, I guess that's for something else, right? It's not for my show. And it's like building up to something different, and it ends with She-Hulk saying, well, now what? And she's like, well, they took away my ability to be a fucking lawyer here. Like, she felt so used, and like, this is wrong. Like, she's having this moral issue.
Mm-hmm.
And she's the She-Hulk, and you see her like stopping like petty crimes and all that, and she winds up on a bridge, and she's just sitting there questioning, like, what the fuck should I do now? And this is where you get the voice. Well, you can either be a hero or a lawyer, but you can do both also. And she's like, who the fuck is this? And there's Daredevil sitting there. He goes, and it ends with that. Because I want that conversation, because that's how they kind of met in the comics, from what I understand. Or but it ends with that. Like, Matt comes in, because we'll do it the next episode. What's going on with that shit? But yeah, I'm throwing a bunch of people in this shit, but it's alright though.
All right. So my 5th episode starts with Jen getting ready. She looks in the camera and goes, "Oh, sorry to disappoint you guys, but this next case is gonna be easy as shit for me." And she walks out, and we cut to the courtroom, and all you hear is, "Your Honor, he sent this woman to a different dimension with demons and monsters and creatures. He's an endangerment. It should be taken away from him." And the judge looks at Donnie Blaze. Is like, "You are not fit to handle this fucking equipment. We're gonna confiscate it." Boom. Hits the gavel. She wins that case. She goes back to her house, and she's like, "Well, that was kind of short." Gets a package. Package is a wedding invitation. She goes, "Why the fuck do I gotta go to a wedding?" But when she says the F word, it gets beeped. And she looks into the camera and then starts talking to the writers, like, no. Why are you beeping me? This is my fucking show. And it gets beeped again. She's like, "Nah, we're not doing this. We're going to talk later about that." She goes to the wedding. The wedding says that it's inviting She-Hulk. Because this time, the bride wants the spectacle. Doesn't want just Jen. So she shows up as She-Hulk. Titania also shows up. They get in, they get close to each other. And she's like, what are you doing here?" And Titania's like, "Well, apparently me and you got unfinished business." She's like, "We're at a wedding, right?" She's like, "Oh, don't worry. There's a time and a place for everything." And the episode is a funny wedding thing. And you actually get to see something that happens in the comics. Sometimes in the comics, She-Hulk and Titania are frenemies, but they actually get along with each other for a short time, and you kind of see that because they're very similar, and it's like they can understand each other because they come from a similar place. Then at the end, when everything seems to be more more appropriate, Titania attacks. They get into a fight. She-Hulk fucking beats the shit out of her. And what do you call it? Like you see that her skills have gotten better. Beats the shit out of her. And it looks at the what do you call it? Looks at the camera and was like, "What? You're not gonna take out all this blood? You're gonna beat me. You're gonna effing beat me." Like, and all of a sudden the episode just ends with her getting beeped massively. As she's yelling at the writers for beeping her, but they're not gonna pick up the blood. And no end credit this time. We just end episode 5 like that.
Okay.
Because I'm also building up to something.
So all right. So I think Lay's has stepped away. So I'll do my episode 5. Well, while Lay is away, but so they start with Daredevil and She-Hulk on the bridge, and She-Hulk's talking to Daredevil, and she goes, "So I guess you're the devil. You're the devil of Hell's Kitchen, because I'm surprised you knew that." And she's like, "Well, word travels, especially when there's another blind man over here beating the shit out of ninjas. You know, LA's big, but it's not that big." And he sits there, and she's like, "Yeah, but I'm not, I'm not only just the devil's hell kitchen. I actually do something, because She-Hulk was under the impression that he was just somebody that that just dealt out punishment." She goes, "No, I give it to those who need it, but I also protect those who need protection. I defend those who needs defense under the big guy." And she's like, "Well, what's the deal with the yellow and red suit? What, you ketchup and mustard? You should have been called Ketchup and Mustard Man." He goes, "Well, I really can't see the suit." Because he tells her that he's Matt Murdock and shit, but he's like, "I really can't see the suit, but it was made from my father's ex-boxing gear. He was a boxer, but he was killed, before I had the accident where I did the suit, before I had these abilities and shit." So he explains all that to her, and she's sitting there, and she's looking at the camera, goes, "Look at this guy trying to get the sympathy role on my show." And then they're talking, and you see them talking, and you can see that She-Hulk is starting to think like, okay, maybe I could do something other than just be a catalyst for everybody else in this fucking show. So this is the turning point where she's like, all right, I can't sit here and be the person that's gonna guest star in these people's shows. This is my show, so I'm gonna be the hero, and I'm gonna be the lawyer. You got yourself a badass chick here. So she goes back to the office. She's all high and mighty, like almost like Spider-Man 3, but without the stupid dancing and shit. Like she got a shot of confidence and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because
She's
this
not
is
gonna talk about the jazz in it.
nah, yeah, she's not doing all that shit. But she goes to her office, and her office is like, "Yo, we need you to do this," and it's bullshit. It's like a bullshit work. And she's like, "Yo, listen, I'm not here to do cover-ups. I'm not here for this. Let's get down to the truth of the shit. I quit." She gets, she starts to do her own bidding. Like, she starts to do her own stuff, and she starts taking, cases where she has where it means something.
Mhm.
But then she also realized that sometimes these people are guilty. Like she had to defend a rapist, you know, for the thing, and she technically could win, but she decided this isn't what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to make money off of this. So she wins the case because, you know, the law's fucked up that way. But then she's like, well, let me take this hand into, you know, into superheroism. And she turns into She-Hulk. She follows the dude. He goes to do it again. And she, you know, she stops him. She arrests him. And then she's like, yo, listen, I got the proof now for it. And it's kind of, you know, attorney-client privileges. And to get away from it, she's like, well, I'm no longer your attorney. And now she's going to be ahead of the whatever the fuck. I'm just throwing shit together because I honestly thought we was going to do all this together. So, you know what I'm saying? So she's doing this shit. She's fucking She-Hulk. She's prosecuting people now. And she's learning to fucking save people with episode 5. That's the gist of the fucking thing. And then we're gonna get to this is her show now from 5 going on. We got it. We got all the little connections and all that other stuff.
All right, so my 5, sorry I missed everything else. But my 5, she's literally getting to the chunk of a case. She's like, this could break it wide open. I had someone, but they didn't make it. All right. So she goes, I'm good, but I need someone that can work outside the law or outside of what I consider the law. I need an investigative reporter. He goes, oh, a friend of Rick goes, I have a referral for you. You know, Rick Jones goes, I have a referral for you. I know someone that's really good at that. I like finding things out. He goes, I appreciate it, Rick. Thank you very much. And all you see is, right, I need the information on this person. This is the file. See what you can find out. But I need it in 2 weeks. Person grabs the envelope and goes, consider it done. Don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. You know what I mean? Jen, this is an episode where she goes, we learn more about her personally, about her family, friends, who she associates with. You know what I mean? Expanding the person she is, you know? The Miz is better than me. I'll scrap with the Miz any day of the week. Anyway, moving right along. Saying is, we learn about her family, her friend, and I still want to keep the parents together, especially the guy from Perfect Strangers. Love that guy because he was a father through and through in the show. You know, it's like, I'm protecting my daughter. Go fuck yourself. He goes, Dad, I can lift up a house. He goes, yeah, but you're still my daughter. Wear a coat. I just love that kind of shit. I like when a father's being a father. You know what I mean? You know, she goes, can you believe I can do all this stuff and he still wants me to wear a coat when I go outside because he thinks it's cold? And then she goes, you gotta love dads. They're just there. You know? Right? Then she goes, wait. Before she goes away, goes, I wonder how that private investigator's doing. She wakes up, knock on the door. We never see the private investigator. It's been 2 days. How did you get all this? That's what I do. And walk away. I said, oh, I will be sending you my bill. They leave. He's like, wow, I need to hire that person more often. He looks through the files. He goes, wow, this is really good. Photos and everything. Like, wow. He goes, wait a minute. That's interesting. Episode cuts off.
All right.
If I had a photo, I'm like,
Dude. So I got my episode 6. I didn't realize that you wanted us to do it together. I thought you were just saying we were gonna do it. So I did not episodes.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna like brainstorm.
Like I had both. just like how it would lead it. But I also had episodes too. I did both. I was like, yo, I just wanted to be. I don't know where we were going with it, so I was like, oh, let me do both.
So my episode 6 starts out with. It's actually one of the rare ones that I think every episode I've had it had a courtroom element to it because it's a fucking lawyer show. This is one that doesn't. It starts out with Jen running in a parking lot.
Mm.
And then you see, like, she's running, like, ducking behind things, trying to. You don't see her like she's afraid or hiding. You see her more as she's trying to figure out tactically what to do. And then you see who's chasing her. It's the fucking wrecking crew. At this time, they seem to be a little bit more prepared. And then it's her and the wrecking crew getting into a huge fight. The entire episode is one big fight. And every time she's fighting them, her clothes keep like ripping. And at a certain point, she looks up and is like, time out. Blur this. Blur all this. And the one time she acknowledges the internet chatter, she's like, no, we're not doing the OnlyFans thing here. Blur all this shit out. So she, from the neck, like the whole torso gets blurred out. You see her face and her arms and her legs. And she is having a legit fight with the wrecking crew for a good solid fucking 20 minutes.
On the actual record?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Because now they've come back, they're stronger. Their weapons are actually, they know how to use the weapons. You see what Shang-Chi has taught She-Hulk, even more so than when she fought Titania. You see her actually starting to put it together, and you see why she could be not a replacement for Bruce, even though for movie logic you have to eventually replace the actor. But you see why in the comics she replaced the Thing. Or you see why if Bruce is not available, we can use her. You're starting to see that. She wins. And then at the end, she's talking to Nikki. And like, yo, I fought these people. Clothes all ripped. I got to come up with something. And Nikki's like, oh, I got a cousin. I can hook you up. And they go to the designer, who's Nikki's cousin. So we stop all the pretentious bullshit. And we get an actual cool person who's like, yo, I designed these things because this person, and he just throws out a name. At this point, it doesn't matter what name. Throws out a name, saved his life. So to repay, this is what he called. He made a piece of armor for him, and then it snowballed into a business. And he gives Jen her superhero suit and a couple of fucking outfits. And the episode ends with 4 guys, the wrecking crew, sitting at a table, defeated. And somebody turn around going, you know what? Fuck it. And he gets beeped out too, but he doesn't know he gets beeped out. It's like, fuck it. I have to deal with this one on my own. And you actually see these red things hit the wrecking crew, one, each of them on each of their chests. And they're like, what the fuck is this? And they get shrunken down and put in a miniaturized prison or like a holding thing. Because he's like, yo, you're too dangerous. You're too dangerous to have running around without supervision. Puts it away. We still don't know who this is.
Yeah.
And that's where episode 6 goes off. Jen's got her suits.
That's
We're
good.
getting
I
closer
like
and
that
closer
one.
to know who the fuck this man is. We're starting to see that, okay, Jen's putting everything together. And if and when she gets into an Avengers movie, she's going to be a valuable member of the team.
I really like that. That's a really good one. My 6th episode, to spend all time with the family and everything like that. She wants to get back in the swing of things, right? You know, she goes, "Once again, I got." She goes, "Can we go?" That reporter, wow. I mean, that investigative reporter was like, "Wow." I mean, that PI is like, that. I mean, I've paid for work like that before, but I never got this level of insight. So looking at the picture on some, I don't even know if this is real. Puts the picture down. The camera's about to pan to it, but then she says, "Hey, not yet. We got 2 episodes to go. We got to focus." Right? Go through. She runs into a guy on the street. He goes, "Aren't you the She-Hulk? You know, the famous lawyer." She goes, "Yeah, I am." He goes, "Wow, huge fan. All I want is your autograph. Can I please have it?" Signs it. Not a big deal. I just want to let you know that I am trying to pursue a legal career as well. And I would want to know, I don't give a firm. I want to know if you have any paralegal work that I can do. He goes, "Well, I got a paralegal already, but I can always use another one." Goes, "Fantastic. Thank you. When do I start?" "Tomorrow morning." You know what I mean? Not a big deal. Guy comes in, normal guy doing his work. You know what I'm saying? Goes out. He goes, "Mr. Negative, I'm here." Yeah, she has no idea. Nice lady, but pretty oblivious. Just randomly shows up to her. Really good hearted. You know what I'm saying? She doesn't seem so intelligent right now. Fast forward to her case. She has like a case that's not related to any of that. She wins a case handily. Literally, evidence presented. She literally destroys the evidence on the other part. Literally ransacks it. Is like, all right, I was wrong. She's really good at what she does. So she's going to be a problem, boss. I think she's going to be a massive problem. She seems that way. You see anything in her office that we can work with? I'm not going to lie to you, nothing so far. I mean, I look around, and he's looking around, and she finds him looking around and goes, "You need something?" "No." "All right." He's walking out. He think he's safe. He's in his car. He opens, he's about to call up. All of a sudden, she literally crushes the car to the point she's about to kill him. She goes, "Who are you working for?" He goes, "Hey, Mr. Negative, Mr. Negative, Mr. Negative." He goes, "What's Mr. Negative?" And then he offs himself. Literally does the whole, snaps his own neck, realizing what he did. She literally goes, "Who would do that?" That episode's in there.
Okay. So my episode starts off with a police chase. There's a armored vehicle that's been hijacked by a group of evil doers, as the former president would have said, and they're being chased by the police.
Mm-hmm.
Now they got some high tech, some high power ammunition, and they're shooting at the police, and the police is going everywhere. This is going places. It's at night. That you could see that there were people trying to help. The police stop the armored car going.
Mm-hmm.
They you don't see them too often, but they're taking pedestrians out of the way. It's like, we got to make sure that the pedestrians are safe first, type shit. And then it gets to the point where they're driving down the thing. It's like, all right, I think we got away, and they instantly just stop. And Jennifer's in front of the vehicle, and and she's like, "You have the right to remain silent. and blah blah blah, and she rips it. She rips the fucking front end of the tank off, and she rips it in half to get to them because she doesn't believe in doors. And she goes, "You do know that you violated about 25 different laws just now, this street alone." So she wraps the telephone pole, the stop sign around them. She goes, "You should have listened to this before because that's one of the other things that we're gonna get you for." And she just listing off all the thing, speeding, endangerment, endangering civilians, reckless driving, stealing a fucking armored vehicle, shooting at the police. These guns are illegal. How many bullets you got them? You're doing 3-4 times of life. You want to tell me who you work for? Or do you want to do five life sentences? What's going on here? She's very cocky, and she goes, "What the hell?" Yeah. She goes, "What the hell did you steal this shit for?" And she opens up the door, and it ain't money in it. It's more of those weapons. And she's like, "I thought we fucking stopped this shit already. I thought we got the guy. I thought," like, she looks at the camera and goes, "What happened to the guy that we were supposed to let go? Fuck this. If no one wants to handle this, I'm gonna do it." So now she grabs one of them and she goes, "Let's take a trip. I learned this from somebody." And she she jumps on top of one of the buildings and she holds him out there and she goes, "I don't know if I could do this all day. Let's see." And she quickly lets go of him. Like, awesome. Tell me where the fuck you got this from. And while she's interrogating the dude's like, "I don't know. He just told us to pick this up and drive. And Matt is there. And he goes, "He's telling the truth." How the hell do you know he's telling the truth? "I can hear his heartbeat. He's telling the truth." And she's like, "Well, fuck it then," and drops him. She's like, just straight up savage Hulk. She just drops him. Matt fucking goes, saves him with the club. He saves him. He picks him up, and he starts swinging on She-Hulk. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't just drop people. And they start fighting, and she goes, "I'm tired of this shit. You people use me to cover this shit up, and it's still out here, and it still could hurt people. Why do you think I am the way I am? You think these people deserve remorse or whatever the fuck? No, they should be put down. Like, do you want more people like me? They almost try to kill me." Like, she's sorry. Matt can hear her. Yeah, Matt can hear her heart and her everything start beating faster. And he's like, "Listen, you gotta calm down. Like, I know, like, you gotta calm down. You got too much power already." And you can see her starting, like, the veins popping out, like the purple veins popping out, like she's raging out, and she sees like a little reflection from the car, a little reflection from one of the puddles on the roof, and she sees that and she starts to calm down. She's like, I'm not this animal that you people might think I am, that you thought Bruce was. You know what I'm saying? But she's like, this is not something we want out there. This happened to me. I can't let nothing happen to someone else. And you people already covered it up. And Matt's like, "I'm not these you people. I don't work with them. I'm here for stick and the hand. I have no idea what the fuck that is." So she starts to do her own investigation again, without anybody's help. She tells Matt, "I don't need your fucking help." Matt starts talking to Stick, and they're trying to go through the hand side of everything. They get nowhere, and it leads her to this one possibility. And she's like, I don't think it's AIM, but it's sure as hell looking like them. And you just see a picture of a big ass head. And the episode ends that way.
That's a good one.
Nice, all right.
I'm with that.
So my episode 7 starts with She-Hulk like seemingly getting ready to go into her office. She looks at the camera and goes, "Oh, you know what we haven't done in a while for all you nerds out there? We haven't given you anything to comb over and look at. So since it was a great day for me, let's go back and see if you can spot any Easter eggs." And they go back to the place where she got her costume at, and we do a little tour of the space, and you get to see Daredevil's costume and what looks like Ares and what looks like a bulletproof thing that could be for Castle. What like little Easter eggs here and there, and then it picks up with her about to walk into her building, and fucking women and people are screaming, running out of the building, and she's like, "The fuck's going on?" She walks in, and there's squirrels running everywhere. People fucking screaming, ducking. She looks over, and one of the squirrels is like waving. Another one puts his hand out for a handshake. She looks at the cameras like, "What the hell is this?" She goes up to her office. Squirrel Girl is there. And Squirrel Girl is like, "Hey, I need your help. Um, I'm being, I need a lawyer. I'm being targeted for assault." It's like, who the hell did you assault? And she's like, "I kind of got into this fight with this like big bull dude." I'm like, what? So they go into the courtroom. Squirrel Girl sitting there, and when they pan over to the other side, it's fucking Mantar or whatever the fuck his name was, Manbull. But it's an actual huge, like Minotaur looking motherfucker, like somebody that even She-Hulk's like, "I don't know if I could have beat his ass. How did you beat him?" And Squirrel Girl's like, "Oh, you know, I just do my thing." And she looks up and goes, "No, no, no. We gotta see this. Hit us with the replay, with the flashback." And it flashes back, and you just see Squirrel Girl standing there, and Man Bull is like, "Ah!" And it cuts away to somebody, and somebody reacts and is like, "Oh!" And when it cuts back, Squirrel Girl's just standing there, and Man Bull is defeated. And She-Hulk's like, "No, no, no, wait, what happened? No, show me what happened." And she does it like 2 more times, and it will never show her what happens. It always just cuts to the dude's reaction and then back. And then they do the court case. They do the court case, and she wins and gets free, and they come to some sort of an agreement so that Manbull is not, Manbull seems to be redeemable if later on down the line he shows up somewhere else. And then we cut to the end credit where her parents get home. The front door is broken in, and their entire place has been trashed. And Chet is laying underneath the kitchen table that was flipped over, beat the shit out of. And they're like, "Ooh, we need to call Jen." And that's where episode 7 ends.
I like that. So keep that lighthearted tone, everything going. I like that. Sorry. So episode 7 opens up with Jen literally going, negative. What does that mean? And why would he break his own neck? Like looking at us like, who breaks their own neck? I saw a movie once back in the days, but it was weird. Who does that? Anyway, Go back to the evidence that this prime minister got me. I think it's starting to make sense altogether. I'm looking at this image and what you're telling me. I know a scientist that's pretty good in this field. I'm in contact with them, and it's not my cousin. Really? All right. Ben, Jen, how's it going? It's been a long time since New York City. Yeah. You look pretty grim. Oh, that's supposed to be funny because my name is Ben Grimm. That's funny. That's hilarious. Oh my God, Jen, I never heard that before. All right, help me out here. Well, so that you know I'm not the scientist, I'm just a pilot. My friend is a scientist. Who? Richard. It ain't me. I'll get it to him, then he'll contact you. Don't worry about it. He'll get back to you. Why? Oh, he loves this kind of stuff. Really? I haven't ever seen him before. No one has. That's what I'm saying. He loves science. He's obsessed with it. Trust me, he'll love this. We never see the picture, ever. When you're looking at it, even Ben's like, that's even strange to me. But Ben is a normal human being. Still just Ben Grimm. It's not the thing. It's just Ben Grimm. So they have yet to take that ill-fated space trip. But they know each other from college. All right. I'll pass it on to him, my college buddy. Done. You know what I'm saying? Another West-East Coast connection. It's good. You know what I mean? She goes, I have to find out who this negative or Mr. Negative or negative it is. So she goes to some low-down sources down in Chinatown. You know what I'm saying? On Koreatown or any other town. You know what I'm saying? Because her client was of Asian descent. The one that was about to get killed. And so a lot of her clients been, she goes, she got to figure it out. See, and eventually somebody tells her, listen, the only person who knows anything about the underworld in most cities is a source. I don't know his name, but a lot of it comes out of either New York City or here. She goes, wait, I know some people from New York City. She hits up who? Luke Cage. Right away. She goes like that, hey, I remember you telling me to call you whenever you could. I go, I'm surprised it took you this long. Why? Well, I saw you where you looked at me, and I'm not going to lie to you. I was like, ooh, sweet Christmas. Look at her. He goes, who's that on the phone? She-Hulk. Tell us I said hi. Nobody cares, Danny. Anyway, back. Yeah, I can help you out. So it said something about the underworld in New York City. I was told by an Asian guy. Oh, underworld. Yeah, here in New York City. I mean, we've had some kind of case like that, but honestly, the real guy to tap into that is the guy nobody wants to deal with. All right. Let's just say the guy isn't the most pleasant human being in the world. What are you talking about? Nobody ever lives when they cross his path. Wait. What are you talking about? I can't put you in contact with him. You can't figure it out. But the point is, I can get you another source that's not him. Somebody closer, but not as bad as he is. You see, I'm not going to mention his name, but let's just say you want to stay away from him. But I'm a Hulk. Yeah? Ask your cousin about him. See what he says. He's very cryptic, Luke, for a reason. Jen. Not She-Hulk. Jen. Trust me. But I think I got somebody that can help you out with that. I heard you hired a private investigator. Yeah. Same one. I can help you out. All right. I hit her back. Make the facto, right? I'm saying hits her up. He goes, all right. I figured everything you needed. Here it is. You know what I'm saying? She's on the phone. All of a sudden, the phone comes around. Do you know a Luke Cage? Absolutely, I do. That is one handsome man, isn't it? It is. Thank you, Ms. Jones. Thank you. And by the way, he's my man. Stay away. Hangs up the phone. Episode ends.
Nice.
All right. We are in episode 7, 8.
7.
7. All right. So, all right. So, episode 7 starts off with Jennifer on the phone trying to get in contact with scientists that they know, and she's on the phone with Hammer, and she's like, "Listen, Hammer, I know that you make cheap tech, and you couldn't live up to Tony Stark, but I need to know who this
Damn,
what the
bro.
hell is what the hell is going on with AIM?" Like, she's like, "We seen the movies, we know your shit's garbage, but you have to know something." And they hang up on her. She goes, "Can you believe they hang up on me?" So she's circling the yellow pages because she looks and she's like, "Hey, this is what we got." Yeah. And she sees superheroes for hire. She's like, "I don't need those." She sees the Dr. Richards line. She's like, "Well, that's not. I don't think that's what we do here." Doctor Strange, no, it's not magic. Dr. Victor something. Nope. Yeah, no, yeah. I didn't want to say, but it's like that. Yeah. Yeah, and then she's like, "Well, fuck it. I don't know. You know what? It's time to stick our head up the cow's ass and look at the meat ourselves. We can't take the butcher's word for it." It's a little Tommy Boy reference right there.
I like that. Good Tommy Boy. Yes. I'm a fan of that. Yeah, I like that.
I said it to show on Saturday. He didn't understand it.
Oh no, it's Tommy Boy.
Yeah.
Tommy Boy the whole way. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. So she goes. So she goes to the AIM Industries,
mm-hmm.
and she starts asking around about stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she's looking around, and they're giving her they're not giving her a tour, but they're giving a tour to the spectators, and they're seeing all the technology they have for growing, fucking vegetables and renewable resources, and how they're gonna change the world, and they're leading edge tech and energy resources and all that other stuff. And she sneaks away, and she goes into this room with all this database, with all this data stuff, and she can't crack nothing. And she's like, "Shit, I'm a fucking lawyer. God damn it, Jim, I'm a lawyer." That's what she's
not a hacker.
Yeah, that's what she says. And she's
good Star Trek reference here. You catch them all.
We're getting them roll out. Now it's starting to become more She-Hulk than a cameo. And she's walking around, and she's like, "Well, fuck it. I don't know. I can't access this shit. So I just gotta let me see if I can see something." And she's seeing all this technology. She's seeing all these things. But there's some stuff that's integrated with, their energy, the energy shit that looks like the stuff that she found in these, in the first episode, and in the
bullet,
the armor car. Yeah, like she's seeing it. She's like, "Wait a minute. That looks familiar here." Then she starts going deeper in, and she sees the restricted access, and she's seeing like a big warehouse, and things are being put together, and she sees shit, but she doesn't understand. So she's like, "Hold on, she's taking pictures."
Mm-hmm.
And she's looking around, and she's like got her phone, and she's like taking pictures and videos, and she's doing all this shit, and she's looking, and she's like, she zooms in on something. She's like, "That looks familiar to me." And she zooms out, and when she zooms out, she doesn't see it, but something passes. And then she goes back, and she's able to get out, and she goes to Sword.
Mm-hmm.
The Shield isn't there anymore. She goes to Sword, and what's her name? Amanda Hill. Maria Hill speaks to her. It's like, "Listen, off the strength of your cousin, this is the only reason why I'm talking to you. You better have something good for me, or else you can go. And she shows her the videos. And she's sitting there, she going, we already knew this. Like, I don't know what you're showing me. What are you trying to show me? Like, no, this was in the weapons that we was using. It's like, listen, we have our eye on aim. They're not doing nothing too crazy. This is someone must have stole something. Like, she's not seeing nothing. And then she sees that thing pass. She's like, wait a minute. And she takes the phone, she zooms in, and you see a piece of MODOK. That's what passed. And Maria Hill's like, yeah, you might want to sit this one out. And she's like, no, you guys had your chance. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck this is. If you don't want to help me, then I'll just go Hulk smash on these motherfuckers. I don't care. And she's like, trust me, you don't want to do that. That you could blow up the whole city with what they have there, the power that they have there. Like, well, then do something. It's like, let us handle it. You go sit down, you do your thing. She's like, she goes, all right, I'll sit down and do my thing. She looks at the camera and she winks. And she goes, she leaves, and while she's walking out of the building, she goes, fuck that. I do it myself, Joe Boo. And she
I hope she says that.
Yeah, that's what she said. And you see the camera fade away as she's walking out of the building.
Yeah, that's dope. I'm with that. Yeah, I'm with that.
All right. So my episode 7. We start off with
I thought it was 8.
Huh?
Yeah, it's 8.
Oh, 8.
You just all did 7, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Again, needles.
I know. I remember.
Yeah.
I know.
I get you right.
The serum is coming through your veins right now, so you got to get adjusted to the world.
Dude, no, you can ask Tobin. I get fucked up for days anytime any one of them is around me.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, sorry to hear that, man. I'm still though. Both the shows, I want to see both of them. More than mine. I gotta see both of these. Better than the shit we saw.
Word.
So episode 8 starts out with these two like thug goon looking dudes standing by a car or by a van, moving some shit, and then all of a sudden you hear something land on top of the van. And they're like, the fuck is that? They look up, and in the shadow you see some dude in a suit come down and just ninja everybody. There's both of them just fucking them up.
Mm-hmm.
When he steps into the light, it's Frogman. Frogman then sees those two, notices that there's other people in the building, goes into the building, like notifies the cops, goes into the building, and he's holding his own. There's like 4 or 5 more guys in the building. He's holding his own. Cops get there, they arrest them, they arrest these guys, shut down the, what do you call it? They shut down this operation. Frogman goes up.
Mm-hmm.
I've done my job. Time to rip it and rip it. Hits his boots, and instead of him flying and what do you call it, and falling all that, they explode instantly, leaving him burnt, scarred. They had to rush him to a hospital. We cut to Jen and Nikki, and they're talking about the governor's ball, which is a big event that they're gonna have to go to coming up in a few days. They're excited. They all get to bring +1s and all that shit, and a group of people. There's like it's mentioned that there's other people from out of town that are also attending this event. And she gets called by her boss and is like, hey, we got a possible case for you. We need you to go to the hospital, check this dude out. Mm-hmm. She goes and talks to Frogman, who Frogman tells him, They, in secret, he gets a suit from the same people, from the same person who gave her hers. He's like, it was a malfunction. And she's like, all right, I'm going to look into it and see if we can recoup damages and all that. She goes to talk to the guy. A misunderstanding leads to Jen is like, no, F that. We're taking you to court, asshole. So they go to court. Frogman's there in a wheelchair, bandaged up. They're like, yo, are you going to represent yourself? Nope. Daredevil comes out, or Matt Murdock comes out. We have an actual legal battle in which it actually looks like Jen is going to win. Like, Jen presented an argument fucking way greater than Matt was prepared for. And then, like, Matt isn't too far behind, but you can clearly see, oh shit, this is not gonna go his way. Like most of his cases do, which leads him to putting on the suit. So, right as Jen's like, oh, and to top it off, we got the evidence, and she puts the boots out. You just see Matt go, I'd like to call my client up to the stand. And calls him up. What were the instructions given to Mr. Frogman? It's like, put this type of oil, this type of gas, blah, blah, blah. Call up Frogman. What did you put in this? Jet fuel. And it's by that stroke of Matt, using his other shit, where he was able to get the advantage. I'm like, okay. Matt wins. Everything's, everybody goes their separate ways. There's a call from Frogman, who's like, yo, I need you. I'm being attacked. So when Jen suits up, goes over to where Frogman is, Frogman's not being attacked by Daredevil. Frogman is being attacked by unknown fucking henchmen. Just random dudes, seemingly. She grabs a couple of them. And as they're fighting, she sees another dude and is like, oh, another dude in a suit. They're coming out of the fucking woodwork. No, matter of fact, she sees him and she looks at the camera and goes, what was it that Sam said in Civil War? Everybody's got a gimmick. Walks up, goes to punch. He moves out the way. They start fighting. And Frogman's like, no, stop. He was trying to help. And then you get the whole Daredevil team up. Where now they catch one of the guys. This is what do you call it? This is the warehouse we came out of. This is everything. They go to the warehouse. There's a hallway fight in which Matt beats everybody in the goddamn hallway without She-Hulk fucking showing up. Then there's a scene where She-Hulk's in the hallway and she's like, there's more people there. They all got weapons. And she's like, well, shit. She looks at them and goes, they're bad guys. You're going to be cool with this. Jumps up and pulls the fucking ceiling down on top of them. Then they meet up and we finally see who this big bad is. And when they walk in, it is some dude who wearing a pinstripe blue suit, like a squared off head. And she looks at him and is like, damn, what are you, like a hammerhead? He's, no, my name is Joseph. And Hammerhead, She-Hulk, and Daredevil get into a fight. And the only reason Hammerhead's able to hold up with her is because the way his head is and what it's made out of. He's just headbutting the shit out of everybody. They subdue him. They get him arrested. Daredevil and what do you call it? Daredevil and her hook up. And then she does the thing where she's like, wait a minute. It feels like this should have ended, right? And they're like, no, it's gala time. Fuck, okay. She gets dressed up. They go to the gala. Everybody's having a nice time. Matt's there. She's talking to Nikki. And she points out Matt and she's like, yo, that's the dude from the other night. And Nikki's like, okay, he looks fucking hot, whatever. She goes over to talk to Matt. And as they're talking, you just see Matt's demeanor change. And he quickly looks in the direction of where her parents are. And when he looks, phoom, phoom, bullets to the head.
To
And
whose
She-Hulk-
parent?
To She-Hulk's parents.
Shit.
And she's like, whoa, no, stop all this. Stop all, what the fuck? We won. We got him. He's in jail. Why they still have to die? And then she starts yelling as she did in the comics. And she did earlier in the series. She full on yells at the writers. It's like, what are you doing? And then she does the thing where it looks like it kicks everybody out to the screen of Disney Plus. And she comes out and goes into our real world. And it ends with her landing in our real world. And then we'll pick up with episode 8 there.
All right. It's a good one, yeah. Episode 8. She's literally getting all the evidence from the woman that just told her, leave my man alone. You know what I'm saying? It's me, not you. She's infatuated, you know what I mean? And then she goes, but I feel like in the investigation, she feels like this is an industrial thing to it as well. Like it's not only a soup kitchen, but it leads to all kind of branches because the Yakuza's have it. And it leads her to a certain man of wonder. You know what I'm saying? Goes to this beautiful high-rise place. She goes, I'm understanding that you have connections with certain soup kitchens in the city. He goes, well, I sponsor some of them because, I feel like it's a man of my position and, my stature, I should give back to the community. So what soup kitchens do? She goes, oh, I have two in I have two in East LA. I have one in Compton. Saying I'll pick up another one, and I have another one in LA, just simple LA. Just downtown Los Angeles. She goes, oh, interesting. Do you know who runs that one? I was like, it's a gentleman. He told me his name is Neg. Oh, okay. Do you know his whole name? No, it's Mr. Neg. I referred him that way. That's what he wants to. He runs a fine operation, at least numbers-wise. That's the way I get it. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Good information. She goes along the way. You know what I mean? She gets attacked. As Jennifer Walters, though. She gets attacked, and all of a sudden, out of the limousine comes out Mr. Neg, full Mr. Neg fashion. I understand, Mr. Walters, you've been looking for me. Why? I'm not your problem. I never have been. You stick to your high-profile law cases. It's not pretending to be about the people. Meanwhile, other people, we make our money, we do our thing, and you go about your celebrity business. Celebrity? Yes, Miss Hulk. Your celebrity business with your celebrity cousin, your celebrity life. You don't care about people like us. that work in soup kitchens, that work businesses smaller than you. You don't care about us. By the way, that private eye you hired, damn good. Damn shame I'm going to do something about her and her man. What? Both of them. Oh, and that blonde ditzy guy that they also work with. I'm just saying, you started something. It doesn't end with you. It ends with everybody you hired to proven to me. She-Hulk's out, you know what I'm saying? He realized he knows what he's doing. When he realized, he goes, all right. He runs off. Has no problem with it. He understands it. He goes, I like this. I like this. Do me a favor. You call New York. What the best lawyer our friend New York has. Really? You're going to call him? Absolutely. He owes us favors, and he even knows it. You call their lawyer. Shiesty dude. You can imagine. Guy's great. Beats them twice in a row. Case after case. Like legit lawyer shit. You know what I'm saying? But really dark lawyer shit, you know. Wins. He goes, I like that. Tell Mr. Fisk he still owes us. We're not even. But negative. It's Wilson Fisk. And who the fuck am I? He has no powers. He just has influence. Remember that. Done. That's the cases. Jen is now reeling from losing case after case to the same lawyer. One day after the other. Literally like back to back. She's just losing. I don't understand what's going on. I don't get it. How am I losing? I need somebody that's been in this game for years. You know what I'm saying? She calls Luke and Jessica. She calls Luke and Jessica. They goes, listen, we know a lawyer. He's damn good. Best lawyer we know. Yeah. Matt Murdock. Wait, I've heard about him. He's blind, isn't he? That has nothing to do with his skills, sweetheart. You have to understand. There's no handicaps in law. Matt flies over. Goes, what do you need help with? Explain situation. He goes, Mr. Negative, man. Negative. Wait a minute. What did the guy say to you, executive? He said, Mr. Negative. Mr. Negative. Excuse me. I have to make a call. Parker. Yeah. You're not going to believe this. What? Negative is in LA. No wonder we haven't been able to track him. He moved. Exactly. Wait, how do you know this? I am literally working with She-Hulk. She-Hulk? What is that? Wait, did the Hulk change pronouns?
No.
No. She's the cousin of the Hulk, of Bruce Banner. Oh, that's cool. So you want me to fly over? No, Peter. Stay in New York. I'm here. You're there. Protect the city. I just need everything you have on Negative Man. Duh, got it. Send it over. You sure you want me to come over? I could be over there in no time. And I wanted to be Tom Holland and Charlie Cox going back and forth like that. You know what I mean? I want to get that. It's like, Peter, I don't need you here. I just need the information. I have a Hulk. I'm pretty sure we could take care of this ourselves. So, okay. Cool. But if you need me, first flight, I'm in. I'm there. He goes, Peter, love your enthusiasm. Bring it down a notch. We're good. You have the information. They don't stop Negative Man at all. They stop its henchmen, the goons, and all of that. Negative Man goes away, goes back to New York. And then Daredevil tells him, Peter, he's back. They're like, well, then she looks, she goes, well, I guess that's the end of all my problems, right? Negative Man left, right? At the end of it, somebody starts laughing on some. if she knew there was a bigger threat, she wouldn't be that impressed with just happened with herself. I think she thinks she's better than she really is. She really does. I can't wait for her to understand she's in a nightmare. Insane.
Shit. Dude, you guys are packing this like if it's a multiverse of madness.
This is what
We wanted
She-Hulk
one
brings
like
to us.
that.
Yeah. This is what She-Hulk's supposed to bring to us. So
With 9 episodes?
Yeah. No, yeah, we gotta do something. So episode 8 for me is She-Hulk putting on the suit and heading towards AIM. But she gets stopped by a weird looking dude. And she goes, "Who the fuck are you?" And he goes, "I'm the grappler, baby. And you done made your move to the last step of the line. You can't cross this line. You don't know what you're doing. And believe me, I'm not one to mess with." And she picks him up and goes, "Get out of here." And she goes to throw him, but he grabs her hand and plants on the ground and then hip tosses her. She goes, "What the fuck was that?" "Oh, they don't call me the grappler because it's cute. Come find out." And he is tossing her around because if you don't know who the grappler is, he's a dude that was a wrestler and he used to wrestle his bullies, and then he basically studied the art of leverage. And he became rich winning tournaments and martial arts tournaments and all that. And he has like a titanium infused suit and a titanium rod. Right, and that's actually one of She-Hulk's enemies in the thing. And AIM sent him to...
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, so AIM sent him to, one, stop her from coming and destroying shit, but also to get it because why not test on the specimen, you know? So he's obviously showing that, brute strength doesn't help all the fucking time. He's tossing her around. He picks up the titanium stick and he goes to bash her in the face because she's already she's worn out. And you see another stick come to stop it. And it's Stick. And he looks at She-Hulk and goes, "You really need to learn how to fight." I'm not supposed to be helping you. I'm just supposed to be watching you. And Stick beats the shit out of the grappler and sends him home. And she's like, "How fucking long were you watching me for?" He goes, "This whole time. I'm not just gonna let you walk around. There's dangerous out here, honey. Don't think just because you're green you could do shit." And she goes, "Well, if they got guys like this, we're gonna need an army." And he's like, "Yeah, I got one." And the hand shows up. And she's like, "I thought these were the bad guys." They were, but they got themselves a new leader. And all you hear is temporary. Is the Punisher. And it ends like that. The whole scene is her getting her ass kicked and then Stick saving her. But the episode 8 ends with the Punisher, Stick, and the hand are going after the fucking AIM.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem with that. It's a good one.
So
it's a good cast, so I'm with it.
Now, my season finale follows a similar path of what was laid out before us, but like I said, this time she had reason to go in. She breaks into the writer's room, and the writers are confused at how she's able to be here. And you hear one of them mutter in the background, "Yo, did she talk to that blonde lady?" As a reference to who she talked to in the comics that told her she can do all this shit. And the writers are like, "Yo, our hands are tied. We wrote everything except for this ending. You got to go talk to Kevin. So she talks to Kevin, but her conversation with the writers goes a little differently because the writers in my world were actually competent. And for the most part, every episode, all the episodes were good. So there isn't that much to fucking rag about. She's just mad because her parents were shot, even though they had already solved the fucking case. So she goes to talk to Kevin. When she walks in the room, she sees, the Avengers and Shang-Chi and all the other movies and shit like that. And then, just incidentally, interview of Stan Lee, which probably exists. I don't know. I'm making it up. This is a fantasy world. An interview of Stan Lee explaining why he has his heroes have somewhat tragic backstories, be it parents dying, siblings dying, messed up experiments, shit like that, and like how that goes on to propel the hero to be greater and all that shit. And she starts to understand a little bit. And then she talks to Kevin. And then we get all the fun references without shitting on what's happening. We get the references to Wakanda Forever, to other projects. She brings up the X-Men. She brings up Deadpool. Like, fun little conversation, but this is more of a conversation of the expectations of a Marvel finale versus how a Marvel finale should actually feed from the story that was written, and not just let's do everything and boom, it leads into a big battle. And then he's like, I'm not gonna rewrite what happened. She's like, this is my show. He's like, okay, but I created it. She's like, all right. If I can do a closing argument, just grant me a couple of concessions. And she gives her closing argument. And again, because we've seen this entire time of how good a lawyer she is, and the only case she lost is because Daredevil's nose. If it wasn't for that, she'd have won the fucking case.
Mm-hmm.
She successfully argues, and the what do you call it? Kevin tells her who the shooter was, and it's not anybody that matters. It was a contingency plan. She what do you call it? She gets put back right at that moment. She looks stunned. When she looks back, Matt's gone. And she's looking and she sees him running off in a direction. She runs off in the direction after him. They get up to the fucking, what do you call it? They catch up to where the shooter is. She hulks out, grabs the shooter, and like this dude is fucking like not really pissing his pants, but you see he's like, oh shit, I'm fucked. There's a Hulk here. And She-Hulk's not a killer. And she goes, I can't do this. And Matt's like, you see Matt look over the side or listen over the side, and it's like he throws something. He's got a chance of living, and Matt kicks him off the fucking side of the thing. And she's like, what did you do? He's like, I do what I always do. When the law can't, I can. And then it ends with damage control showing up along with the police. making sure everything's all right. We don't know what happened to the guy because we can't officially confirm that Daredevil killed somebody. Motherfucker's dead. But it ends with Damage Control now extending a hand out, going, all right, we've officially recognized you as a hero who we can use in certain situations. And she's like, no, I'm a lawyer who sometimes gets pulled into this shit.
True.
And they then they look at Matt, and Matt's like, they look at Matt, and Matt, being a smartass, instead of looking straight at them, he's looking off kilter on purpose. And he's just like, don't look at me. I'm a blind man. And they leave. They leave. They had a funeral service. Bruce comes back. She's like, yo, Bruce, where have you been? He's like, oh, don't worry. I'll tell you all about it. Setting up his movie. Credits roll. We get an end credit scene where we see Wong talking to Blonsky. He's like, you think we're ready for this? All right, he's like, you think you're ready for this? And Blonsky's like, hey, you're giving me a second chance. I got to get back into there, redeem myself. I can do this. It's like, all right. I gotta go get somebody else. And they open up a portal, and on the other side of the portal, it's Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp, who, if anybody knows, was revealed as part of the Thunderbolts lineup. And either knowingly or unknowingly, Wong has been tasked to gather the fucking Thunderbolts. And that leads into that movie.
I like that. It's good. Something completely different. I like that. My last episode is going to be pretty much connection between New York City and LA, 100%. Just could be understanding that the Kingpin, and them, like, listen, man, he owes us. We don't know him, okay? He thinks he runs New York City. We do. With the point with She-Hulk is she's like, all right, so I'm getting all this information from all the right sources. Daredevil, Spider-Man, right, about this villain, Negative Man. She's like, I got to deal with this one way or another. I can't do it with the law. I got to do it my way. Smash or smash intelligently. Right? She calls Luke Cage. She goes, how would you deal with this? He goes, well, sweetheart, it's not my problem. I'm in New York. And I think my lady just told you that I am talking to you. He goes, you can believe this? The one guy I'm feeling has a woman. And then you see Luke Cage go, it be like that. It's like you call him on the fourth wall, he said, it would be like that. It's cut off. So I think I have another way to attack her. Not her family, not her friends, her cousin. All the was like, you want to attack the Hulk? I don't want to attack the Hulk. I want to antagonize him. To what point? Well, he fights his cousin. See, a weapon against a weapon makes it easier for us, doesn't it? You're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Figures out a way he does it. They're about to fight. Literally, the moment they are, Sam Wilson drops on and goes, what are you doing? What are you guys doing? You're better than this. You're going to let that guy put you into this? Come on. Seriously. And they both look at Sam Wilson and go, you're not Cap. And it there. New World Order starts that way. That's how you make it real, because you have the two original Hulks in the one it should be in.
All right.
Okay.
And from that show, you can lead on to the other things, but that's just me.
Okay, all right. Shit. So my season finale ends with, well, it starts with the whole tan team and everybody's at the base. They're getting their shit together, and she's sitting there confused. She's like, "Yo, why are you guys helping?" And the Punisher's like, "Who said anything about helping you?" There's a guy in there that's responsible for my family's death that I'm going after. Jigsaw. Apparently, Jigsaw's been working with AIM with all this technology, and he framed Tombstone. He framed Tombstone with the help of Wilson Fisk.
Mm-hmm.
And because Fisk has all this insider information, that's why the FBI and everybody decided to cover it up in the beginning. And Punisher's like, "I'm killing all of them. I don't know why you're going in there." And he looks at Stig, goes, "Why is she coming again? She's useless." Stig goes, "Well, to be honest with you, why are you coming? We got this. We got this handled." She goes, "No, first off, you don't know shit about what's going on there. There's alien technology that's fucking dangerous that caused me. You want more of me running around big? You want my cousin running around here destroying the planet? Making a planet full of hoax? You want this shit? That's what I'm stopping." No one seems to understand this. No one seems to listen to this shit. And you hear Punisher in the background. The baby's talking. Shut this woman up and let's go handle this shit. I don't give a shit about her. I'll kill all you hoax. and she just so happens to go, "You know what? Fuck this. This isn't my scene here. Like, I'm not a killer. I don't know what the hell you guys want. I'm not with y'all." And she goes and she's looking, she's trying to hit up Matt. Matt's not answering. Matt isn't there anymore. He's on his own mission. He's back in New York doing his own thing. And she's like, "Yo, well, fuck it. I can't really do nothing." Like, she goes and she hears about this whole thing. Like, there was a whole shootout. Mad people died. And she goes to check the shit out, and she realized that nothing really happened. Nothing really happened. And MODOK and the Grappler grabbed her again. And you see like a bunch of hand people on the floor. The Punisher done left because he went after Jigsaw. Stitch isn't there. Like, she's like, what the like, this was just basically a wild shootout. Like, there was no plan here. Like, and she gets mad because of the stupid. Like, you're really just out here to kill people. These people did nothing. You're trying to fucking make more fucking metahumans or mutants or whatever the fuck you're trying to make. And he goes, "No, I'm not trying to make mutants. There's hold on, I literally just forgot I'm not trying to make mutants. Mutants are born. I'm trying to create something better than humans. You can unlock an inhuman." And that's where all this technology is coming from. And she's like, "What the fuck are you talking? Like, an inhuman, mutant, all this other stuff? Like, what are you doing?" He goes, "Your puny little mind won't understand nothing." And that's when she goes, "Fuck this." And she just rages out and turns Savage Hulk and smashes the Grappler through the wall and goes right after MODOK. MODOK is trying all that he can to neutralize her with all the other shit they shoot her with the alien technology, and she just rages. You see her getting physically bigger. And she just like rips MODOK's arms apart, shoves like fucking throws him through the wall, starts smashing everything. starts like smashing all the shit under the like everything, destroying everything, and you see her walking out dragging MODOK. And towards the end, there's a plane that comes down, and you hear a woman going, "We'll take him from here." And she goes, "Who the fuck are you?" And you see, oh fuck, is this guy the king of the Inhumans? Black Bolt. Black Bolt. You see him standing there.
Oh, so that's probably Medusa speaking.
Yeah, and she goes, "He has to pay for his crimes. We'll make sure it doesn't get covered up." And Black Bolt just drags MODOK, and she's sitting there going, "I thought this was my fucking show." And that's how it ends. And that's how it ends.
I'm with it. I like it, man. I mean, it's a lot better than we saw. Trust me, all about it.
Yeah.
Like, y'all two, especially more than mine. I think y'all had a Cap and y'all think had a great setup and end of it.
Yeah, you had a very
cohesive human angle.
It came all off the top of the dome, and I was sitting there going,
Cap angle and all. You know, like okay.
Yo, all I did was I was like, how can I take what they gave us and make it make sense?
Mm-hmm.
And it was clear. Make it all about Jen, who's already fucking good at She-Hulk or being She-Hulk, and put almost every fucking episode I had there was some sort of courtroom shit. Because it's a law show.
Mm-hmm.
And then I figured Squirrel Girl would be funnier than whatever the fuck else we got.
I was a fan of that one. I was like, oh shit. Yeah. She was gonna factor in the mind, but I was like, you know what? Let me keep it ground level, which I'm a fan of doing. So
you know what's funny? I didn't have Squirrel Girl originally. I originally had Jessica Jones show up, but then when you said her, I was like, all right, pivot.
Yeah, the reason is I wanted to keep that West East Coast connection going, which I feel like it's a good thing to do with superheroes. Like, yo, you work in the same country for both ends. I think it makes sense a lot. You know what I mean? And I think her feeling Luke Cage made sense because he was Luke Cage. Yeah. Bulletproof guy, very looking guy. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, you hire his wife. Say, hey, it's my man. Hands off. You fucking heifer. Hands off. It's my man.
No, shit, and she could probably stand up to She-Hulk too for a little bit.
Oh no, Jessica Jones, like the Jessica Jones in the comics, go toe to toe with She-Hulk any day of the week. You know what I'm saying? And then Luke Cage just goes back and goes, sweet Chris, I gave you one of those. Sure. That's why I had to throw in the sweet Christmas line.
Yeah. You know I had to throw Shang-Chi in there because
yes.
I mean, he's been absent, and we need to. If people had problem with Kate Bishop not training and Ms. Marvel not training, I'm literally telling you she trained with the motherfucking man. So shut up. That's my way of getting that troll. I
think that the comics that made a whole new art form for Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Spider-Fu. Which pretty racist, by the way, but he made Spider-Fu for Spider-Man. I got a whole lot of you. I got you, bro. Don't worry about it. That's how good I am.
See, we got to talk to those writers. That's how you deal with trolls. You anticipate it and you handle it without looking at the camera and going, "I saw you, and this is my response."
See, me, I put myself in a bind after episode 4. So much shit was happening. And then I ended it, and I was like, all right, I got to figure out a way to reel this shit back in. And I also wanted to, show that she could do shit with the fourth wall breaking, but also, like, the writer's aware that you're fucking up the story. So I wanted a definitive way to stop her from doing the shit. Maybe she could do it again, but That's what I was like. Lay's was a full story, cohesive. He
Yeah,
had different
because
people
the
coming
thing
in.
is, when I did Heroes for Hires, right, I figured I would do that, right, especially with Electra, that whole Daredevil connection. I used their line for that, but then I realized that I could do that, and then I could use Jessica Jones as a part of that. That detective, and the only reason I threw Taskmaster in there is because that's a fun little. He's not related to anybody, but
Yeah,
it could be season 2 because he has the blood, or he can be into a movie because he has the blood. He goes, you don't realize? You know what? I fucked up. I didn't accomplish your goal, negative man, but I did accomplish another goal. Now selling the sun on the black market to the highest bidder. And that's a classic Taskmaster move. Yo, I'm thinking about me making more money. Fuck y'all. You think I failed? At the end of the day, I won.
word.
But going to that, yeah, it's like I wanted to connect New York and LA, which I love doing, and then just go with that. Like, yo, she'll come in later, but definitely the Heroes for Hire, like, yo, and it's fucked up that you gotta hire witnesses. And even Electra understood it, like, yo, I'm a businesswoman. I get it. They want to get paid, but they want to tolerate me at the end of the day. So yeah.
I went more along the lines of thinking of what was the show they wanted to tell, or what was the show they wanted to make, and put a through line underneath it. So every week you still got different shit happening, but every once in a while a reminder of, oh yeah, there's an underlying thing here that's been happening since day one. Who attacked her? Who did what?
Yeah.
And I figured if you're gonna waste the fucking, what do you call it, the wrecking crew, let's fucking use it for real.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I just wanted to give that. And the funny thing with the Tom Holland thing is, I want it to be like a video call. It's like he does that shit in like at home in 10 minutes. You know, saying like, no, I don't need you here. I just need the information. Just send it to me. Like, you don't have to come to LA, bro. We're good. I get the flight. No, just please send me the information. Like, I want him to be as annoying as he is. But the point that Daredevil understands his enthusiasm, but not as a mentor, but as a partner. Also, like, yo, I see where you're coming from, bro. Send me the info, and I'll meet you back in New York, bro. We'll do our thing. You know, I never wanted to be a mentor. I wanted to be a partner. You know, like, I hate you, brother, but no, you right now.
Yeah.
I also wanted a mystery that people would think of and then forget, so that if anywhere down the line people start wondering about it, we can always retcon and put in what needs to happen. That's why I put the whole thing where, oh shit, Hammerhead had PIM particles and he shrunk these guys down. That's something that people are gonna talk about for a day and then forget because other shit happened. They saw Squirrel Girl, and then 2 years later, like, what the fuck happened with that? And then you could just write in whatever you wanted. In my head, I just picture Scott being stupid and like thinking he has a whole bunch of empty ones that he signs for people, like at a Comic-Con or a TwitchCon or whatever. But somehow he mixed up and it was 3 actual ones.
Yeah.
And then somebody got a hold of them.
And I was gonna include some of the Kang stuff in mine, but I was like, let me keep it street level. It's what I enjoy. It's what I like. And it makes sense, especially for a lawyer. It makes sense. Like, a lawyer should not wind up in fucking nowhere. In a case, you're a lawyer. Keep your ass in earth. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, you know what? I'm gonna rewrite my fucking ending just for you. My ending now is Episode 7 completely wraps up everything in a nice clean bow, and episode 8 wraps up. Episode 9 is just her standing in front of Kang defending Sylvie as to why she killed He Who Remains.
The one that's left.
And then Matt's on the other side letting you know why Sylvie was guilty.
Nah, Matt's not there. It's a one-sided.
Hey man, you had your journey. I'm picking mine.
Hey, fine.
Or I can get Dr. He's not a lawyer, but goddamn is he intelligent. Stop playing this game. I can do this all day.
That's fine. That's fine. Then in the background of mine, you just see Star-Lord fucking hung up like this because of his mistakes.
And then after that, Sylvie should be shot through the heart by the Punisher because, like, you fucked this all up.
Hey, you know what? I'll take that. And then because it breaks the fourth wall, she gets shot through the heart. And you're to blame. And everybody breaks out in a song and dance.
And on that note, no, but yeah, I mean, we definitely had better shows than that. Like, at least it wasn't wasted.
Absolutely. We used a lot of great characters in fun ways.
Oh yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Yep. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's your friendly neighborhood knuckleheads signing out. Peace, everybody.